Keep things professional.
Professional? That's not what we do here. That's not what we do here.
We always stay on topic. As normal. As normal.
Well, we all know that's a lie.
But I mean, we're gonna have to because we don't have fearless leader to keep us in line.
We're missing one.
So it should be a fun show
of our show.
Anyway, thanks for joining, guys. Boom! Welcome, guys, to episode 166 of the 4Nerds. We are 3 nerds. The fourth nerd he's out on duty, I guess.
Yeah, we're 3 nerds deep.
3 nerds deep. I like that. I like that a lot. But yeah, hey to everybody out there in the chat right now. Thank you so much. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. It should be trained to do so. What the fuck was that? What's the music? I was like, what the fuck? We're being attacked.
And then if you want to buy the new Superman Legacy apparel, go to Ryan's Teespring as he's wearing. He's already made it.
It's already there. I think.
So you made that a couple days ago, after they kind of showed off the logo, right?
No, I made this like a year and a half ago, and they've already taken it down, so it's not.
That's dumb. You're dumb.
Okay. Yeah, they took it down already. I got DMCA'd for this. But a long time ago, because this is the Brandon Routh. I made this for Brandon Routh.
You made it for him.
I made it for Brandon, yeah, and I did it. And I was like, yo, Brandon. And I was like, let's go, Brandon. And he was like, DMCA. So what's up, Droga? What's up, Nerd Costa Nostra? What's up? What's up, man? Lady Plays. How's it going over there? And where is he? In the UK?
I believe so.
When he says only "Hey Andre," oh, okay. Like we've never talked before. Okay,
I know.
Yeah, Hunter Iggy, Nickatina.
What's up, Hunter?
Question. I like when people
did not.
No, I like it when people call you out because he doesn't really pay attention to a lot of things.
I don't.
Yes, UK. There you go. Venom Hernandez, what's up? What's up? How you guys doing today? I'm glad to see you all here. Hey, Ryan too, and Phil's here. Say hello to Phil. He's downstairs.
He's downstairs.
Yeah.
He's in the basement right now.
He's in the 4Nerds basement. Keeping it real. But anyway, how you guys been since the last time we had a show? When's the last time we had a show?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've been pretty good
since then. See, Andre is wearing a Marvel shirt. He says, "Fuck DC, don't care about them anymore."
Yeah, totally.
On to Marvel.
There we go.
There we go. What's up, Phil?
Howdy.
Oh man, so I guess I need new Superman. Yeah, I do have some Superman shirts on there still that DC has not found yet.
If you want the shirt that Ryan is wearing, just contact him directly, and then he'll ship it to you. He'll even ship it to you in the UK. It's fine. He ships
through the
globally.
Globally. Website. I'm global.
UPS can't slow him down.
I use FedEx, but that's fine. Let's see. But yeah, so welcome to 166. We're going to be talking about The Crow, Avatar, Superman Legacy, and rumors. We'll talk about the Fantastic Four. I don't think we've even covered that shit yet. So I'd like to get you guys about that. Yeah, we're worldwide. That's right, worldwide. We no bounds.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was well done, Ryan.
Thank you.
Let's go to our first topic of the day, which is the Netflix's acquisition of one Dan Lin. Now we know Dan Lin from his time of supposedly running for the president of DC Studios.
Yeah. Oh wait. Hold on.
But that never.
Continue with Dan Lin.
And here he is. Dan Lin will now be the new head. What's that?
That's the same picture that they used when he was trying to be the DC president.
I think so. Yeah. Dan Lin will be the new head of film over at Netflix. He previously produced Lego movies and developed a live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series.
For anybody who has seen that, let us know in the chat. I know I started watching it. I know Phil hasn't gotten around to that particular show yet, but
Nope.
Andre, have you seen it yet?
No,
Alrighty then.
I have no interest in watching it, but
no interest in watching it. Okay.
I'll probably give it a shot though, just to see how it does.
It's worth a look. Like however far you get into it is however far you get into it. I know we're supposed to talk about it later, but whatever. So yeah, go ahead. So what do you think about Dan Lin? His name being thrown around again? Are they just trying to give him a job?
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're happy with the Avatar show and maybe just in the production and how it all went down and now he's actually the head of film because we know that the previous head of film, what was his name? Phil, do you remember what his name was?
Scott Stuber.
Scott Stuber. He departed from Netflix and now they fill that spot with Dan Lin. And Dan Lin was almost ahead. Well, I don't know if you want to say almost, but he was in the running or campaigning to get the position of head of DC Studios. I think that it is what it is. I mean, the guy knows how to find stories and movies, and I think he'll be just fine in Netflix. I mean, they've done a great job so far under Scott Stuber. I imagine there's still a plan in place for what they're planning on doing, but it is what it is. I mean, this is the same guy who called the Snyder fans Autobots. I don't think he meant anything by it. I think he was more just playing around. But
that was when they were still talking about bots and shit like that. So
yeah, I don't know. I just think this is a better choice than Toby Emmerich. That's about all I have to say about that.
Toby Emmerich is still on the Warner Brothers lot
somewhere.
He's got his little studio that they gave him.
That's right. Yeah.
He's like the boss in Gremlins 2, who's just walking around.
Clamp.
He's like looking out the window.
Oh, it's Lex Luthor Senior. Glover.
May as well be at this point.
Julian Glover.
Hunter
Richard Lewis. Yeah, he passed away. Heart attack.
You want to read that, Brian?
Hunter Iggy. Nickatina. And not Zeeverfett or Phil. And Super Best Friends. What are your thoughts on Richard Lewis passing? He voiced Noah in the Animaniacs. Mom, your voice has changed. I'm not your mother, Noah. Oh my god, pressure. I guess that's is that a
that's
quote?
One of the lines.
There's a lot phonetically wrong with that, but yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah. No, it's sad.
I knew him well. I knew him more from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes,
he played King Richard, and I also knew him from Something About You, which was what was her name? The actress that played opposite of him. Crap. Oh well. Anyway, I used to watch that show a long time ago. Helen Hunt, that was her name.
Helen Hunt. There you go.
So yeah, so he passed away. I think he's 76 years old. So yeah, good on ya. He was a good actor and he very funny. And I haven't seen him in anything recent, but he definitely has his place in my thoughts. So yeah, no,
he had a recurring role in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He had his own late night show for a while on HBO. So no, he was a really funny guy, and it's sad that that he passed away. And like Brian was saying, our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family, going through this tough time. But yeah, it's pretty sad that a comedian like Richard Lewis passed away.
I mean, yeah. I only really know him from Curb Your Enthusiasm, honestly, and it's sad. It's tragic.
It's such a great show. I love that show.
Yeah, good show.
Did you ever see the episode where they his wife wanted the power lines taken down in the backyard because she hated the look of it? So he had to ask the neighbor, like, "Hey, we want to have those put underground," and the guy was basically like, "Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd love to meet." What's her name? The lady who plays Elaine.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
And then he's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah,
Julia Louis-Dreyfus."
Yeah, he's like, "I'd love to meet Julia Louis-Dreyfus, but he's like, oh yeah, she's a good friend of mine. Yeah, so if I got to meet her, maybe I would do it." He's like, and then he ends up meeting her, but like it was more in passing. She was a total bitch because she was mad at Larry. She was like, "Get out of my way." And he's like, "Hey, so you got a chance to meet her?" Well, I wouldn't say I got a chance to meet her. More like I ran into her,
Yeah.
Anyway, it was
That
fun.
kind of rings a bell.
Okay. That's hard to segue from. So, I guess we're going to talk about the Crow.
No, that's grow. I mean, look, when it comes to the whole hiring of Dan Lin, to be honest, I don't think that he was a huge fan of the Snyderverse and all that. To me, it's that
I think they just didn't see it as profitable. They were just looking at as an executive. They were like, they don't care about creative. They only care about okay, did that bring dollars and cents? No, it didn't. Okay, well let's move on and reshuffle and do some other things.
Well, I think all along he was going to do his own thing anyway. Go ahead, Phil.
He's Zack Snyder's new boss.
Yeah.
So
I mean, moving forward, anything that Zack wants to do with his Rebel Moon universe or Army of the Dead has to go through him.
Right.
Unless he has some sort of grandfather clause that's like, I'm good for these certain films, but then any new negotiations probably has to go through him.
It could
We'll
be.
see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Only time will tell. None of us actually know anything on this channel, but we like to think we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Good for Dan Lin. Good for you getting a new job.
Good on ya.
Good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Good for Dan getting a new job.
He
looks really happy.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans, man. Cool
Cool
beans.
beans. Is that Legos behind him? That looks Legos.
Looks like it.
It's something like that. I don't know what it is.
Cool. Oh, here we go. Yes, thank you. Ryan Scooper coming with breaking news before anyone else. Yes. Breaking news. Let's bring you up to speed. We know nothing. That was one of my favorite lines from...
Do it again.
And to just bring you up to speed, fellas, we know nothing.
We know nothing.
Nothing is known.
Nothing is known.
Nothing is known.
So there was the other topic too of the Superman Legacy logo.
Right.
Want to see what you guys thought about that. We're going to bring up those images. Where is it? There it is. Where is it? There it is.
There you go.
Okay, so these were the place cards that were at the table read for Superman Legacy that happened. Was it last week? I want to say.
I think it was last week.
Yeah.
Hawk Girl.
That's as Villamur says, Hawk Girl place card, and each place card had the same logo. So, do you guys think that this is going to be the logo that David Cornsweet will wear in Superman Legacy? I would think yes.
A possibility.
I would say probably most definitely because it is being, it's something that he's trying to get his cast crew, whatever, kind of familiar with. So, I don't think that they would put in the, Max Fleischer S on there and then it'd be more of a Christopher Reeve S or some shit like that or something else. I think that this is what they're going for because I think really what they want to do with somebody who looks almost identical to or a younger version of, Henry Cavill. I think they're like, well, how can we differentiate this guy? Even though Brandon Routh, who's a dead ringer for fucking, Christopher Reeve, is a dead ringer for him. He wore that, that symbol in the CW. It's very interesting that they would say, okay, well, let's just segue this logo over to David Cornsweet to make him starkly different for the viewers, for the general audience to see and accept a new sort of version of Superman. So it's not the Christopher Reeve S or the Brandon Routh S or the Snyderverse S or anything like that. It's something completely new and different. And I guess using this one just right off the bat, that it's not the same Superman. It's not a younger version of that Superman. My biggest question, and I'd like to pose it to you guys, would be like, since they are having Supergirl in this, is she going to have the same crest or is she going to have a different S on her costume?
I don't care.
I mean, okay, cool. Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. Yeah, we can say
no. I mean, I don't care.
Let's just talk about it.
I'm just saying, I don't care if she has the same symbol. That's what I'm getting at. Like,
okay.
Yeah, if it's the same, fucking cool beans. If it's a different one, what the fuck ever. Like, I'm really not.
See, I like what they did with Supergirl in the Flash, right? In that it was very similar to the Man of Steel S, but it had variation because it was Zor-El instead of L. So it was a
Right.
little bit different. And I like that. I was like, oh wow, what an interesting take. It's the same symbol, like Zod had his, which looked like a fucking U, but he had a different crest. There other Kryptonians from Man of Steel, they had their own symbols or whatever, but hers was very similar to, because it was the same family, but a different variation, because that it was a
What is your family name?
What is your family name?
I think it's interesting that the logo is what do you call it? Gray. And I know on other place cards the logo was blue, like the S was blue. So it's kind of like I'm not really sure.
I think they're going with red and yellow.
I know, but I'm wondering why the place cards, some of them were gray and some of them were blue. I'm curious.
Fun. Okay. Okay. So it's either one of two things. It's either they just wanted, they were just fucking throwing everybody, different colors or whatever, or the different colors meant a different level of
coolness.
Not coolness, but like, the writers would get blue, and the actors would get white, and the director would have red, and the and whoever else was there, that represents a different facet of, like the producer would have yellow. Who gives a fuck? But what I'm saying is, like, I think that's all it meant. I don't think it means anything other than they just wanted to put that out there and just sort of, kind of gain focus for, the table read to, like, okay, this is the logo, just kind of get familiar with it and everything like that. And they even had the suit there as well, right?
Mm-hmm. I would imagine.
No, that's what Homegirl said.
Who?
Brosnahan's seen the suit. Rachel Brosnahan has seen the suit.
Yeah, she's seen the suit. I don't know if it was actually there hanging on a.
No, it was right there on the table for the table read. So, are you drinking alcohol, sir?
Water.
That looked like a little bottle that you would get from a hotel.
No, there's little small bottles of water. Stubbies, little stubs.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. Look, if it's the Kingdom Come logo for the suit, awesome. I'm not. Look, I've been on this show since this shit's been announced. Yeah. I'm not exactly excited about this movie. I'm not exactly like ready to hate it either. I can't find enough energy to really give a fuck. I really can't, because like the way that Henry Cavill got done dirty out of doing another Superman movie in regards to this, and this whole film is like, oh, hey, it's a Superman movie, but we've got this DC character, that DC character, this DC character in it, that DC character in it, and everyone is just kissing the ass of James Gunn as if it's the second coming of Christ, is just nothing short of just like, you fanboys are the absolute fucking worst. Nothing short. And honest to God truth, if this movie flounders and fails at the box office, I'm going to laugh a little bit. I'm going to laugh, because then those fans will be in the same position that we were right after Batman vs. Superman. And they will get what they deserve. But honest to God truth, whatever this logo ends up being, I really don't give a shit. Like, if you're going to do Kingdom Come, fucking cool. You're going to do Otis and fucking Lex Luthor and Tessmacher again? All right, 78 Redux. Here we go again. Fucking cool beans, man. Awesome.
Well, I think
James Gunn's the guy, right?
Something in the chat earlier, right, about like, somebody was talking about the budget for the film, and you can't know what the budget is or whatever, but I don't care. I think that they think that, well, fuck it, if it's not a commercial success, then they probably won't dwell on that shit. But hell or high water, this is going to be it. You know what I mean? So, even if it does, go the route of Batman versus Superman, which it might, I think that the studio in this situation will be like, we're just kind of getting our feet wet.
I just think that all the people who sat there and bitched and moaned about too many characters being in Batman versus Superman, but they're turning around and just fucking getting on their knees and kissing James Gunn's ass for this. It's just like, you are some two-faced sons of bitches. You know that? It's just frustrating. It's absolutely degrading and frustrating. And even there are people who are like, oh, you kind of need to move on. You kind of like need to accept it for what it is. It's like, yeah, you know what? I fucking get that perspective too. But at the same time, it's just like, there's still a chill on the shoulder. I've got a cold shoulder towards this movie for a lot of different fucking reasons. And is that fair? No, not necessarily. But at the same time, it's like, was it fair to us, the fans who invested all those years into Man of Steel, BVS, everything after that? Was it fair to us to have the fucking rug pulled out from us every single fucking time after every new movie came out? No, it wasn't. So I don't know. I'm just ambivalent towards this movie at this point. Like, I'm just like, all right, fucking cool, whatever. Give me the Batman Brave and the Bold movie. That's what I'm really waiting for.
Sure.
It's hard to get excited for this film.
It really is. It really is.
I mean, there's things I'm excited about, but like nothing is through the roof. Nothing is like has great anticipation. It just sort of like lets us kind of wait and see. And I agree with Phil. Like when this film comes out, if it sucks, then I'm gonna shit on it. But until then, I'm just
dude, I'm not even gonna shit on it. Like I'm gonna take a Madam Web approach to it. Like I watched that movie and I was like, wow, that was a fucking disappointment. Like
I still haven't seen that.
that's what it is. That's what it was. It was a
that's
fucking
what it is.
disappointment.
And I agree. It'd be just like, wow, well, this sucks. Well,
it's a shame. It's a fucking crying shame.
Well, I think it's gonna be something more akin to like the fucking Suicide Squad. Like there are things in the Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn made
right?
that I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But overall, it sucked. I didn't like it. There were things that I liked about it or in it, but overall, it just wasn't good. And I think it's gonna be roughly about there. And there you go.
Like, dude,
I think it's going to be roughly about the same kind of reaction from me.
People look at me like I'm fucking crazy when I say the Suicide Squad is like my least favorite DCEU film, and they're like, "What's the matter with you?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? What the fuck do you mean's the matter with me? That movie's just not that great." Yeah, it's got Starro. You've got cool. You've got Starro.
Starro looks fucking great, right?
It's great.
It's one of the good things. But what they fucked up with Starro was that they didn't have it. Number one, it killed the people. That it attached to or whatever. But number two, Starro didn't attach itself to any of the Justice League, which would have been fucking dope. It's just so many missed opportunities because they were too fucking busy, like trying to erase the Snyderverse in order to fucking, just jump onto something else, and like, it didn't work.
On a personal
level,
what's up,
like, Jason?
The most personal sin for me is like you killed Rick Flag. At that point, I'm just like, fuck you, dude.
And the problem was like, I don't have a problem with Rick Flag biting the dust, but the way they did it was just such poor taste.
Yeah,
that it was oh, dude, really? Like that?
Like we're gonna show you he's dead, and it's just like, are you fucking serious?
Like he's
right
not
now?
coming back. I'm like, dude, that's more fucking hardcore than fucking Kal-El getting killed. Like what? Really? Like damn.
Like, well, we got Talady asked this question. You want to read that one, Ryan?
Do you guys think it will be similar, talking about the logo, to the My Adventures with Superman emblem or Kingdom Come? I look at that. That is not even close to what the card that was on the table. So I think that if they were going to go with something similar to this, which this is prior, this was in development before James Gunn took over. I think that
it's similar, but
it's similar. But I do not believe that it is this because you see the cards on the table and it does not look a thing like this. It looks exactly like the next one that we have. You can pull that. Yeah, it looks exactly like that. The regular Kingdom Come Superman logo, and there you have it. And I believe because they put it on here, like I said, they're trying to get their cast to kind of get familiarized with like, okay, they haven't acted it yet. They haven't seen Corn Sweat in the suit yet. They're just sort of like, in a way, trying to get them excited for the project. Like, oh, hey, look, Superman. But without having, David come out in full costume and like, hey, look at me. And trying to get everybody excited at that, sort of situation. I wonder if he's going to introduce every character in this photo. What photo?
What photo? Like, we know Otis is coming back. We know Otis is going to be in the movie. It's like, all right, cool.
What's funny is that
Phil, you want to take this one, Phil?
Oh, go ahead.
If you guys are so cynical about this movie, then why cover it all? Just asking. Do you not see the fucking logo on our show? 4Nerds Network, meaning we talk about everything nerd and pop culture. So that would include Superman Legacy.
We talk about things that we like, and we talk about things that we don't like, and you don't have to like every single thing. You can be nuanced, right?
You're not even going to agree with everything that we're going to say. Yeah. Hell, we don't even agree. We don't agree with each other
on a lot of shit. I mean,
we don't.
Yeah, I mean, these two guys are wrong about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this guy's
yeah. Actually, this guy the most, though. This guy the
most. You're both just dead wrong about Rise of Skywalker. I'll just say that.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? That's the worst of the three. That's the. I'm sorry. What the fuck? That was the one that's like.
We just made things interesting. Come on.
No movie director would be like, yeah, no, that's awesome pacing.
Okay, let me pose you guys this question. How do you guys feel about Gareth Edwards taking over Jurassic World 4 Park 7, whatever the fuck it's called?
You know what? He did great with Godzilla.
Yeah, right?
He did.
I would not have a problem
I felt so weird when Phil was like, yeah, it's Jurassic Park 7. I was like, holy fuck, there's been 7 iterations of this goddamn movie. Yes. I remember when part 1 came out, it was like, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
they still haven't given us what we actually want: is fucking dinosaurs running free on the U.S. soil.
Well, they kind of did that in Jurassic
Really,
Park 3.
not like like fucking Africa with lions and shit. Like, I want to fucking have a society. Like, give me a Mad Max sort of situation where it's
I
like,
want to
it's
see
the future,
a
and this is
Tyrannosaurus
their
Rex
life.
eating the likes of a lion or a tiger or a bear. Oh my!
Didn't they? I thought they did that. No, they didn't do that.
Nope.
They had.
I would love it. I think that would be great,
Gonna
and
be
I think is a good choice for, like, he did really good with Rogue One, as far as, like, how he scaled everything and made you feel like,
debatable.
oh shit, that's a huge
Yeah,
ass.
because they kind of reshot that film. And,
No. I'm saying
did.
the way he made everything feel, as far as like size. The same
Yeah,
thing he did with
sure.
Godzilla. He made
Sure.
Godzilla look fucking huge. I think he'll do a great job with these smaller lizards. That's just my opinion. It's 4Nerds at 4DC. 4DC. Oh, like we're 4DC.
Okay, look, if you want
Oh,
some
this guy's
pro,
wearing a Marvel shirt.
look, if you want some pro DC talk, go find it somewhere else. If you want some pro Superman legacy shit, go scroll through Twitter and find some other ass kisser. Hell, go find Superman on film for all I care.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, burn, mic drop. Yeah.
Nickatina,
there
I
you
think it's going to be a prequel to Kingdom Come with the yellow or the blacks.
Well,
Black
he's a
spots,
young
red
Kal-El,
symbol.
yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they did.
Okay, and I was talking
because they did that at the end of Crisis. They gave Rouse Kingdom Come Superman suit the yellow and the red.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you guys this. Do you think that because Corn Sweat looks almost like he's related to Henry, that they would bring Henry back as the older Superman with this logo from a different universe
Okay,
or whatever, and
You guys
have
want
a?
some tea? I'll give you some tea. Okay.
Go ahead. You go right ahead.
There is no fucking way Henry Cavill would come back and do that based on the reaction that I
Yeah.
was told of his meeting with James Gunn. There's absolutely no fucking way.
I don't think
None.
he's ever going to come back.
He's not.
To
There's none.
DC in general.
No.
I mean,
He's not-
hey, dude, you put
Okay.
enough dollar signs behind it on a check.
He's not going to fucking do Marvel either. I'm telling you that right now.
I don't think he's going to do Marvel. No, I think he's look. He's
Okay,
doing a
all right.
It
film.
would be
and I'm
weird for
interested
him
in
to
it.
do Marvel. It would be
He's
weird.
doing a film with
Now,
that
granted,
guy.
he did say he would love to do Captain Britain, and it's like, oh yeah, that makes total sense.
Oh, sure, it's easy.
I mean, if he did a Marvel role, it wouldn't surprise me.
See it with
but-
what's his face? That guy from Maverick.
Powell?
Argyle?
No,
Argyle?
it hasn't come out yet. He's
Argyle.
got a big old fucking beard.
Oh, you're talking about the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
yes.
Yeah, that movie looks dope as fuck. It's
Yeah, I
Guy
want to
Ritchie.
see that. I want to
That
see
movie
Argyle.
looks fucking slick, bro.
Yeah.
No, not Argyle. Argyle.
I think
No,
that
Argyle ain't it.
He has a
Henry is
Ivan
gonna
Drago haircut.
Henry's
Yeah,
going to
God.
be just fine, but I do not believe. Like, I don't care that he's older. I still want to see him as Bond. I think he'd be a fantastic Bond. Give me,
Sure.
like,
Yeah.
give me some films with him. Sign his ass. Let's go. I don't care about. Oh, it's got to have a young Bond. Fuck that. We've already done.
No. We already did. They already did that with
Yeah,
Daniel
dude.
Craig.
I don't want to see it. Just like
Yeah.
give me Henry as Bond, and we're good to go.
I'm gonna take a
Yeah,
piss.
let him do Bond. Like, let him do Bond. Let him do all this cool. Let him do fucking Highlander. He's doing Highlander with Chad
I wanna
Stileski. for
see
crying out loud. I
Highlander,
want to
yes.
watch that.
Yeah.
I want to see him do other shit. Hell, I would take August Walker coming back for the last Mission Impossible movie as just like a big fucking twist of like, fuck you, Ethan Hunt. You burned my face. Now I'm gonna fucking burn your world down. That'd be great.
But
But
he
I don't
can't
think
have a
it's gonna happen.
mustache.
Right, exactly. He cannot have. No, I would love. I'm looking forward to that. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare
Yes.
looks fucking slick, dude. I love that movie. Looks dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to watch that movie.
Very interested in that.
Yeah.
No, I
100%.
don't believe he'll be as Wolverine. So.
No, he's too tall. He's way too fucking tall. But then again, so
He's
is
too
Hugh Jackman,
big.
but I guess it doesn't matter.
Even Hugh Jackman is too tall. Like Wolverine was supposed to be like 5'9".
5'3". And you know what?
5'3".
Even in the animated show, he's not even like short. He's like average height with everyone else too. So it
Yeah.
doesn't even fucking matter.
It really doesn't, but does it?
I don't care. I'm not one of those people who's gonna fucking have his nose.
I'm
in the
one of
air
those
to hide
people
his
that I
Wolverine.
did.
don't care.
I did not like the era where when they drew Wolverine, he did not have a nose. I never liked that. I think he looked fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't.
But
Yeah, good off that.
let's see.
Christopher Nolan,
Cool.
great.
No, you're cool too, man. You're cool too. We're just riffing, man. That's all we do here. That's all we do. Is just
You
talk
want
about
blunt
shit.
honesty?
Yeah.
You get blunt honesty.
I know they're gonna do another young one because they want to like longevity, but like, come on, man, just
Right.
give us some really good fucking stories. Like Casino Royale was a great story, the best.
Right.
I'm sorry, it was the best one.
Casino Royale was
was the best one.
It's either that one or Skyfall. One of the, between the two.
Skyfall was good. Skyfall was good.
Like if that is one of your others, if it's Casino Royale or Skyfall, we could talk.
Yeah. What's up, Kevin? What up?
Howdy.
What up? But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other stuff. Like, I think it was interesting. I don't know exactly what transpired with the gun Henry talk or whatever. I just know that, like, he was like, hey, yo,
it wasn't pretty.
Like,
it was not pretty.
No,
I will just say that it was not pretty. I will not go into exact verbiage or details of what transpired, but I will just say it was not pretty. Someone was not happy. I'll put it to you that way.
And honestly, like, if it was Henry Cavill, I don't blame him going through all that bullshit. Then to be told that, yeah, we're not going to go with you. I mean,
exactly.
It's kind of fucked up.
Bingo.
But, like, I get it on both ends. Like, I get it why James Gunn wanted to do his own thing.
Sure.
But at the same time, though, it's like you're making that decision at the expense of somebody else who was already essentially promised, without being contractually obligated to it, promise something else. And so it's kind of like, I get both sides, but it was like you were saying, it's in poor taste. It was in poor taste.
Exactly. It doesn't make it any better. Like,
the thing is that, like, at that time, it was like the right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing. So, as soon as he put that out there, that short video that he had, was like, yeah, I mean, Black Adam, we've got some things in the,
dude, he was even on that Josh Horowitz podcast. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk to James
They did
Gunn.
this whole special, and then to have James Gunn come right after, the day after that, that was released, or Black Adam came. I forgot which came, but it was a day after something happened with Henry Cavill as Superman. James Gunn was like, yeah, he's not going to be Superman.
No, the order of events went: Black Adam comes out, James Gunn gets named head of DC Studios with Peter Safran.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill has his interview with Josh Horowitz, and then in December is when they fucking announce everything. Like, it was either December or January where they were like, yeah, we're doing all of this, so these 4 movies don't really matter.
It was weird to do that.
It was a weird
your
thing
own
to do.
Brand.
Yeah,
but at the same time, he had to have gotten the okay to give that.
Oh, he definitely had the okay to do it.
But still, it's like you gave him the okay to put out a video that would also tell fans that the next films that are coming out have no value. There's no continuation.
Right. Exactly.
Why even have an end credit scene in Shazam: Fury of the Gods? Like, why even have one? Why have
not only that? Why have a post-credit scene in Shazam: Fury of the Gods with 2 characters who are going forward in the universe and one who is not?
And it's his movie. It made zero sense.
What the fuck?
I think that was just because they were like, yeah, people are too stupid to know. They're going to watch the movie. They're not going to know. They don't care. Too much time is going to pass. And then fucking, of course, Zachary Levi can't shut his fucking mouth, so he shot himself in the foot. But he's popped off in the mouth, before.
But from what I understand, Peter Safran is the one who got those characters. Got Jennifer Holland and the other guy. To be in that cameo. But it was kind of like, what was the point? You should have just deleted that scene. You should have just left it as it was, deleted the scene, and moved on.
The right hand didn't know what the left
not done anything with it.
Probably something that just Peter did on his own.
It was so fucking pointless.
It was so fucking pointless.
It's
and then, like, and it's crazy to think about that. That Black Adam was a huge barometer.
Yeah, right here. That was dumb.
That was ridiculous.
That was also stupid. Yeah.
I agree. That was dumb. But it's crazy to think about that Black Adam was the barometer for which way is DC going to go. So imagine if, and I don't even know if it would have mattered, but imagine if Black Adam did close to $1 billion.
You know what that is? That right there, the fact that Black Adam was the barometer, the deciding factor of what direction the DCEU was supposed to go, was just more proof in the pudding. These people did not have a fucking plan to begin with.
Yeah. Well, the additional to that, and yeah, I understand Henry had, got COVID during the Comic-Con or whatever, so he couldn't do what they wanted to do, and that's why, The Rock went out there on his own. But they really didn't hype it up as good as they could have. They really didn't, and they didn't do anything with his character. He just kind of showed up at the end. It was like, we need to have a talk. And it was like, what the fuck is that? No, you need to involve the character in the story somehow.
Well,
and
I mean,
add more Henry, take out more of the kid.
Oh God.
I mean, There you go.
Ahmed. I think that was a good name. Oh my God. Black Rock says blame that on The Rock and his manager. If they would have played
I'm not
nicer,
going to blame The Rock and his manager. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to blame the fucking morons that headed WB Pictures at the fucking time, i.e. David Zaslav, Pam DeLuca, Mike Abney, and even less so them, because they were given oversight over the fucking franchise to begin with, because once Walter Hamada got overturned with the whole Henry Cavill situation to begin with, he just threw his hands up in the air and went, fuck it, I'm done. So at that point, you kind of have to just put it on David Zaslav, because he was the one going, let's see how this turns out. If it's good, you get your way. If it's not, I'm gonna bring these guys in. It's just like, what a fucking clown show. Are you serious right now?
To think about that he already wanted James Gunn in that role, right? And when DeLuca and Abney were making these decisions, like, hey, let's have Cavill, let's have Gal Gadot in the end credit scene, yada yada yada.
Flash, yeah.
It wasn't like he's saying, hey, I like the idea, but make sure you talk to James Gunn, because I'm about to hire this motherfucker, and I want you guys to be on the same page. No, they made these decisions, and then he comes in and just says, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that." So
even the end credit scene in The Flash was ridiculous and stupid and made no sense when you watch Aquaman 2, which I haven't seen yet. But it from what you guys have told me, that didn't really pay off. It didn't make any sense.
It didn't need to pay off. Though.
He was just a drunk.
Like the end credit scene in Aquaman 2, I thought was actually better than the other ones, because it wasn't running up to anything.
It was goofy, but it was goofy, but it still paid off something established earlier on in the movie. It was
exactly. It was like
in that sense, it made sense, but even then, I was like, "This is fucking stupid."
In that sense, it made
fucking it's funny because I saw that scene before I saw the movie, and then when I watched the movie, I was like, "I get that. I get why that scene was there." Haha. But that's it. I mean, but then it's like it didn't promise me anything, so I was like, "Well, okay, check the box on that one." But I mean, still, it makes me wonder if if Black Adam made close to $1 billion, would anything have changed? I don't think it would have, but you never.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think they would have postponed it a little bit as far as like the regime change kind of thing. You know what they're doing now with all these new movies.
You may have not gotten the James Gunn video in January. I'll tell you that.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I think they would have at least gone a couple more movies just to kind of like, is this really successful or was that a fluke? And it still would have been wonky. It still wouldn't have been, very connective. And it would have, like, hey, let's still try to connect things to James Gunn. Because what they did when they pulled James Gunn over to make the horrible Suicide Squad movie, he went back over to Disney, made, the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And then they were like, well, after that obligation, come on back. We have more for you over here. It's just sort of like a tug and war of Disney and DC. Or Disney and fucking Warner Brothers, who are across.
I mean, at the same time, though, like, look at that dude's situation. He gets fired after Volume 2 for some bullshit on Twitter, gets to make a Suicide Squad film, then gets rehired by Disney to finish out Guardians 3, and then is offered the whole chance of being like, hey, do you want to create a whole fucking
He is the epitome of failing upwards.
And like, how can you not look at that opportunity and be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm done with Guardians. Why not? Let's just make a whole new DC universe.
Yeah. He's not in charge of a Guardians of the Galaxy universe, which is encompasses 3 movies and a special and some other shit. He's in charge of the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't you take that offer?
I mean, look. At the end of the day, all this bullshit, all this stupid decision making, it all falls on David Zaslav.
100%.
Because
100%. Yeah.
And, it's like people were out there saying, David Zaslav's going to restore the Snyderverse. Nope. David Zaslav has chosen the Snyderverse. Nope. David Zaslav's going to save everything. No, he didn't do any of that shit because he didn't care. He didn't care. I mean, we saw a quote from him later on that came from early on when he said, why isn't this guy running the DC studios? It makes no sense to me. And it's kind of like talking about James Gunn. If Zack Snyder was even on his mind to be somebody for DC, he would have contacted him early on. No, instead, who did he talk to? He talked to Todd Phillips, and then he talked to James Gunn and Peter Safran. I mean, that's where he went.
Yeah.
Well, he also met with Dan Lin, but that clearly went nowhere.
Dan Lin was outside the window going, "Yo, let's go! I'm right here." Let's go, Dan Lin. He had the sign.
Right, woo!
Yeah, he had like the Dan Lin sign. Like, yeah. And he was just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
I don't know.
And then DeLuca and Abney were like, hey, let's just like the way that DeLuca and Abney handled things. It was like having two kids take over and being like, "Oh, let's do this, yeah, and then let's get him, but yeah, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be cool. Hey, this is what we did. You like it?"
Also,
he's like,
the
"No."
behind the scenes kind of shit with The Rock and fucking what's her name, his wife,
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia, and then her brother.
Yes.
When they were trying to hey, usurp things, you could kind of see it right there. And that was sort of the conflict between James Gunn and them, and it just made it to where it's like even The Rock was like, man, fuck this. And
dude, I find it so funny that James Gunn is like, I had nothing to do with like any of that, and it's like, dude, your wife is in the fucking movie.
Yep.
Like, what are you trying to spin right now? Come on, dude.
You're
in which movie?
Black Adam.
Yeah,
Black Adam. I know.
Harcourt is in Black Adam and Shazam.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh yeah, I had nothing to do with that. But motherfucker, you hired her and cast her as the fucking character. Yes, you did.
That was part of her contract.
Even still, to come out and say and be like, yeah, I had nothing to do with that. It's like, no, bullshit, dude. You're the reason she's in the fucking universe to begin with. Like, what? Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's got a contract that has expired, so he needs to get her in
I know, but still, it's like don't play stupid and say like I had nothing to do with that. That was all Peter Safran.
Sure.
Yeah,
like, dude, Peter Safran. Get it? There are things that you can't talk about like 100%, but don't sit here and act fucking stupid like, oh, I had nothing to do with that. Like, no, fuck you did. You did.
Okay, so Phil and Andre, you guys caught that, right? But they're banking on everyone else to like, okay,
sure, because the general audience is stupid and doesn't pay attention to anything, right?
Okay, here we go, guys. We have some breaking news, courtesy of our insider, Axel Droga.
Oh,
guys, I don't think the Snyderverse is coming back. Okay.
Oh
wow.
no!
No! Let me let you in on something. You're a little late to that game, Chief.
No.
That game's done and over with. You're fucking like out to lunch and then some on a whole day after that, bro. Come on.
Yeah, it's not coming back. It's not.
I do. Okay, guys. I do feel sorry for some of those people who hung on for forever, right? And just really wanted it and all that. Believed against all odds. Believed, like we have a guy that kind of frequents the show, and he's here and he's always it's inevitable and all that. And is really good guy, and I get it. But integrity
hasn't been here in a while though.
I'm talking to you. I know. I fucking. I think I.
That's my fault.
I killed that. But
that's my fault.
I know his intentions are good and everything, and he really wanted it. He really wanted the Snyderverse, but you just got to read the writing on the wall, and you got to pay attention to like, okay, who are Zach's people? Like, Zach's people. When I say Zach's people, I mean like Ohio Dave and fucking
McD.
Those cats, McD and Geraldo and who? Abdul, but not the other. No, we don't want to say names. Anyway, but you see that inner crowd that got invited to his domicile and got shown around and all that, and they're not saying restore the Snyderverse for a fucking reason.
Look, at the end of the day, if you want to support that, that's fine. Just do your thing. But he's just Ryan's giving you another perspective of the fandom. But if that's something that you feel passionate about, go ahead and do it.
It's great.
I can't guarantee you anything will come out of it. But if it does, it'll be well worth it. I mean, Kevin Dog here says, "Sell the Snyderverse to me." And I'll restore DC to its 2016 glory. Yeah, exactly. So Kevin O'Doghair is the new president of DC Studios.
There you go.
What's up, Jason?
What's up? Glad to see you here, man.
But I mean, look,
just talking about DC again.
Yeah, to say that
and legacy. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just like we said earlier. The fact that James Gunn made those decisions at the expense of Henry Cavill, and after Henry Cavill made that announcement and all that. I mean, you had a lot of fans, including ourselves, that were huge fans of Henry Cavill as Superman, huge fans of what Zack Snyder did with the DC universe. You know, when you look back at Man of Steel, you had a movie that had it had passion, it had intensity, it had action.
It had one of the best villains of the DCEU,
100%.
Which is, you know, freaking Michael Shannon is Zod. I mean, he was very intense. I mean, him and Michael Keaton were the best part of fucking the Flash movie.
Yeah,
you know,
well, but like I was saying, the movie had excitement. Debatable. It had humor, but it had a lot of action, intensity. It had all kinds.
You don't think they were the best part of it?
I think that film is the very definition of a mixed bag.
No. The movie sucked, but I think that those two actors, were the highlight for me.
Well, you know,
I don't know. I kind of lean. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Shannon did great with what he was handed, but it was definitely a step down from like Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But I still liked seeing him as.
I mean, I liked Michael Keaton. I'm not on the Keaton is the best Batman hype train like a lot of other fans are, but
Keaton's best Batman.
Shut the fuck up.
He was good in the first half of the movie, and then when Sasha Kaye showed up, he kind of took a back seat, which I was like, okay, this is dumb. Like, you brought him back, and now he's secondary to Sasha.
I don't know. I think just from a performance standpoint, I think Ezra Miller honestly just kind of owned it personally.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
he was playing essentially 3 different versions of Barry Allen.
Yeah,
and that's not something.
I only like 2 of the 3 that he played.
Which one were you a fan of?
Actually, the other one was the same, so he only played 2.
Well, which one weren't you a fan of?
The Dark Flash.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I thought that the younger version of him and him, like him running around the fucking that room with no powers, was funny as shit. Some people don't like that, but I thought that was pretty funny.
No, it was hilarious.
Well, what's interesting too is that so I was watching Project Justice League, which you can watch here on the 4Nerds network that we all helped create. But what was interesting about it, I was watching it the other day, and I was watching the ending of it. And one of the things the storyboards say, it could just be me looking too far into it, but it said the Flash will perfect his time traveling ability and literally be in 2 places at the same time.
Right.
And then I thought about the Flash movie, and I thought, I wonder if that was like a sort of like the storyboards or like, concepts where like they were actually going to make a Flash movie where there was 2 Barry Allens, kind of what they ended up doing. So I wonder if that concept was in the works early on as just an idea, and that's sort of where the story of the Flash stemmed from that we got in the Flash movie.
I just, when I think about like the ending of the DCEU, like we got Aquaman 2 and that was fine, but like, I really kind of wish we would have gotten that second Flash film where it was Flash, reverse Flash, basically revealing to Barry like, oh yeah, it's because of me that these things happen at this point in time. I'm the one who nudged this shit into fucking, the way that it went. And it's like, that is such a reverse Flash thing to do.
Yeah,
you would have won over so many DC fans who were so pissed off and butthurt at like the things that transcribed in this universe. Then you get your free reset after that movie. Everything would have been gravy, but no. DC fans had to bitch, moan, and groan about this universe not being like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Mm-hmm. Then we also had other people and critics bitching in fact that it wasn't like the fucking Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And here we are. Now we're at a reset, and everyone's kind of not everyone. Let me rephrase that. We are now at a point where the universe is resetting indefinitely, and you have a divided fandom even still. Where you have people who are like all fucking for it because they weren't for what happened before, and then you have people who are just like, I don't know, and then you've got people who are just like, nah, I'm good, chief. It's a fucking shit show, and it sucks. It really sucks when you don't have your entire fandom on the same fucking page, and even Marvel's dealing with that shit right now too.
They are,
and it sucks. Like as a genuine lover of comic book films, it fucking sucks seeing that because it's like, no, I want these movies to fucking succeed and be what they are and they could be at the box office, but no, that is not the fucking case. That is not the current narrative of this shit at the moment, and it's terrible.
Quality is definitely
you're not wrong.
You're not
wrong.
You can throw as much money as you want to, but that doesn't make quality, and that's part of the problem that people just don't understand or see. Like when we talk about, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but when we talk about the sequel trilogy, like quality is there.
Here we go.
No. Quality is there. You have ILM. They make that shit fucking look dope, right?
Visually, it was amazing.
Visually, everything looks fantastic.
Incredible.
Right?
All 3 films were incredibly looking.
It felt rushed and hurried because they were trying to get to something else, and that's kind of how this latter, part of DC. They're trying to get rushed, fucking hurry, get that shit out of the way.
That's a fair comparison.
Same thing with Marvel. They're like, well, we did Endgame. What the fuck? Let's fast forward this shit, get it out of the way, introduce a lot of characters, and then try to capitalize on that. Like, again, and we talked about this, like, you mentioned something today about Moon Knight or whatever, right? And where the fuck is that dude at? Haven't seen that motherfucker since his damn show ended. Same thing with Scarlet Witch. We haven't seen her since the Doctor Strange.
I thought she died. Now they're talking about she might get her own movie again. Like, wait, I thought she died. I don't understand.
Nobody's gonna care. The Marvels, nobody fucking cares about that shit.
Who died?
I thought Scarlet Witch died.
Yeah, she's dead.
I know.
I'm right there with you because I see every now and again people are like, oh no, she's coming back. No, fuck, she's not.
They even confirmed it not too long ago with the director. I think it was Sam Raimi or the writer was like, yeah, she died.
Yeah,
like
what
do
they
you
even
mean?
said in the book, like Wundagore and Scarlet Witch are fucking dead. If there's any Scarlet Witch coming back, it's gonna be from the 838 world universe where it's her and her kids.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I was like, what? I don't understand what's going on.
It's
Unless
not going to be the same
travel
Wanda.
thing, but
like, there's no fucking way.
Well, that's what they could do. Be like, it's a different Wanda.
Yeah,
but here's the thing: though, is that like you see Dwayne Jackson talking about Reverse Flash should have been in the movie, and I agree. I think he should have been in the movie. And it would have been
a
awesome.
Flash movie, not a Flashpoint.
It should have been kind of what we're talked about, where Eobard Thawne, reveals himself. Says how he's the one who did all these things, and you could have applied it to the movies that already existed before the Flash. The problem is that the Flash was supposed to be a reset to introduce Hamada's new universe. So instead of being a conclusion to quote unquote the Snyderverse, the DCEU, it was supposed to be the essential birth of the new DC with Sasha Kaye and Keaton and Batgirl and all that stuff. Right. So once they reversed the tracks on that, the movie was so fucked that they had to basically piece it together to make sure that it still had a narrative. And I think that's one of the things that we all sort of agreed upon at one point was that Andy Muschietti did an amazing job putting together a story for that movie and keeping it together amongst all those different regime changes and reshoots and recuts. Like, the movie, you could argue, like, if you didn't know about any of this shit, you would assume that this is the movie that he set out to make, and it is what it is.
Sure.
While, like, when you watch Madam Web, which you're just like, whoa, what's happening? It's like... But at the same time, Madam Web actually there were elements in Madam Web that I liked.
Yeah, there are things in it that you're like, oh, that's neat, or that can work if it's better expounded upon. But man,
but there were aspects how I was like, hey, that would have been cool if they would have honed in on that, but they didn't. And the suits, the spider suits, badass. I thought all of them looked really, really good.
They look great for the minute and a half they were on screen.
Those are I gave it a 2 out of 10, and the reason why I gave it a 2 out of 10 was. The 2 was because I love the spider suits. They look so good, and I was like, "Oh, well, that was cool."
What did I?
Everything else was just like,
I think
they put him at the end of Shazam,
dude. And then like the main villain in Madam Web, I was like, I thought he was the actor that played Victor Zsasz.
The actor?
It was Tahir.
Halfway through it, I was like, "Oh wait, that's not the same guy. Who is this guy?" And then his lines were atrocious. He was just like, "I must find them in order to save my future." It was just very
bad ADR.
What?
So much bad ADR.
Oh, it was bad.
I haven't heard it. Is it worse than Tenet?
Dude, it's not great. It is not good.
It was like, why are we trying to do this for? Well, you see here that.
And I feel so bad for everyone involved in that movie, because like Dakota Johnson recently came out and was like, oh yeah, what had happened by the time we got ready to shoot the movie that we intended to make, the movie I signed on for, which was basically like Terminator meets Spider-Man, was not the movie we ended up fucking making. And I'm like, that would have been 10 times better than the fucking movie I sat through.
The only time you got that feeling was at the restaurant. That's where I was like, okay, I get it. This was like Terminator.
Yeah.
And then somehow, some way they fucked this up. I mean, to be honest, that opening scene, like her origin story, they should have cut that whole shit out. I was like, dude, I didn't need to know any of that. You know what I mean? It's like
it was so fucking okay. You know what made zero fucking sense in this movie was like when he's talking to his little his like gal in the chair.
Yeah,
and he's like, yeah, they look like this, but 10 years younger. In 2003, there's fucking technology that's basically like facial recognition to where you can just recognize what these people look like based on what the fuck this guy is saying. No,
not even that.
This
it's like
doesn't make any sense.
They had images of them in their spider suits, like from his dream, and I was just like, "Why the fuck did they get that?" When I saw it, I was like, "How did they get that? That didn't make any sense." I was like,
"No sense." Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, and then they totally pulled a Dark Knight Rises move where, because in Dark Knight Rises, when he beats up and cripples Batman, Bane is there when they're dropping him off in that prison in Africa or whatever. So I'm like, wait, you tell me this motherfucker flew all the way to Africa, dropped him off in a pit, and then flew all the way back to Gotham and nobody caught him? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? So in this film, she's like, for the second time, I'll be right back. Where are you going? I need to go to Peru or the jungle to figure things out. I was like, wait, you're going to fly to the jungle right now?
You're going to go all the way to fucking Peru and then all the way back to New York? Like, what? That's not how travel... That's not how fucking travel works. I'm sorry. Like, movies aside, yeah, you can suspend disbelief up to
I wish I could do
point.
that. Hey, guys, I gotta go to Peru.
Yeah, and she didn't even like. I'm like, are you gonna look up plane tickets? Or are you just gonna go to the airport and hop on a plane and it'll take you straight there? Like, I don't get it. And not only that, she's like, I have to go find out the answers. And somehow, her with no training made it to the same place that her mother.
Right.
I was like, this is like a state park. I don't understand.
Or the end of the movie where she finally like taps into her powers and she manages to like get to every Spider Woman at once. I was like, what the fuck is even happening right now? That is
eyebrow was like, I don't get it.
Like, eyebrow raised. What the fuck ever? Like, okay, this is what's happening. Right. And look, Andre and I were fucking genuinely interested in seeing this movie.
Yeah,
and then we watched it, and then we were like,
terrible.
Fuck, man.
But like, there were parts of it that I was like, if they would have focused on that would have been cool.
Yes, like
but then they didn't. They just focused on a lot of other dumb shit.
Like the whole concept of having the three girls basically be orphaned and having Madam Web be an orphan and take them in. Yeah, you can expand on that and make it fucking interesting. But they didn't. They didn't. They made her so unlikable. It was like, what are we fucking doing here?
Dakota Johnson was in one movie, and the girls were in another movie, and somehow they crossed over. It was just like, oh, okay.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
They're like, hey, what's up? Yeah, what's up? Hello. It's so nice to see you guys.
And honestly, again, I just feel bad for her because you can tell that by the time they got to shooting this, she was like, yeah, this is not the fucking movie I signed up to make. And it shows in her performance.
She doesn't look like she wants to be there. She's
right.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I'm so worried.
Did you laugh every time you saw Sydney Sweeney come on screen? Because I laughed my ass off. Because I was like, there's no fucking way you're going to try and convince me this 25-year-old is 16.
Not only that, but like how she's a total nerd. I was like, dude, this chick's hot as hell.
Yeah!
There's no way that she'd be like, I'm
she played insecure. It so fucking ditzy. I was like, this is not Sydney Sweeney. This is
so dumb.
What the fuck?
And then
what are we doing here?
You
know who was great in it all throughout?
Who?
Adam Scott as Ben Parker.
I don't know how the fuck they convinced Adam Scott to be in this movie. Like,
or
they
Emma
must have
Roberts.
told us. Yeah,
or Emma Roberts.
Or Emma Roberts. Like I almost feel like they were like, yeah, this is gonna be connected to the MCU. Really? Yeah. Okay, I'll do it. And they're like, yeah, it's not. Don't tell me. I like when Adam Scott, every scene that he was in, I was like, why are you in this movie?
I was just like,
run!
If anyone's really trying here, it's him. And he's doing a damn good job. And I give him all the credit.
But here's the thing with that. The fact that Adam Scott was in this movie was almost like a detriment to the movie because then it's almost like they felt obligated to give him more scenes, and then it took away from like the actual. I was just kind of like I'm sorry, but like when she drove through the fucking corner of that big huge sign and somehow didn't hit Adam Scott's car, but like flew over his car and hit the bad guy. I was like, dude,
it was like a reverse of the chase sequence in BVS where the Batmobile comes crashing through the fucking wall.
Yeah,
it was a reverse of that, and it's like, okay, that made sense. This doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Like, what's so fucking ever?
Madam Web was.
Madam Web is.
I told Ryan to watch it. I'm like, dude, you got to see it
haven't
because
seen it yet.
at this point, you're just gonna laugh. You're gonna be like,
dude,
wait, what?
Is it worth seeing? That's what I'm saying. Is it worth seeing? You guys want me to see it because it's so bad. So I guess it's.
I would say
that respect.
I would say if your curiosity really gets the better of you, then yes, watch the movie for your own sake and form your own opinion on it. I personally found it 100% disappointing.
Dwayne, I would say if you can stream it, watch it. Don't go to the theater to go see it. Don't spend your hard-earned money on this movie because it's not worth it at all. It's just like there's a lot of scenes where I was like, huh?
Dwayne, save your money for Dune this weekend. Go see Dune.
Yeah, go see Dune.
Go see Dune. Like we're all gonna go see Dune. I don't know about Ryan, but we're gonna see Dune Part 2.
Okay, so one of the things I want to bring up when it comes to Madam Web, and this is something that Ryan brought up to me on the phone, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I think, God damn it, I hate saying this, but I think Ryan's right. I think he's right about this take. Is that
Mo is right? Why don't you understand that?
So and what got me, the comment that he made was, and it was really true, was this is what happens when you take the idea of making a complete like woke movie where it's all girls all the time, like all in charge, and you take it so far that you shit the bed with it. And that's what this movie was. It was just like, oh, it was like taking that idea like to the extreme. You know, it was like,
I necessarily agree with that, but
I mean, it really wasn't woke. It wasn't like it didn't have those tendencies.
It's like, okay, you know,
go ahead and describe it.
Well, my point was that, like, you know, yeah, I don't mind like strong women, you know, right? Like in Man of Steel.
Really, because you hate Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, you don't like Rey Skywalker.
No, fuck that. That character sucks. Feora.
Fuck you. No, it doesn't.
That character sucks balls.
I don't think Rey Skywalker sucks balls.
I don't care what you say right now, dude. Rey Skywalker can suck a dick. So Feora is a very fucking strong, powerful woman, and
no, it does not.
really like that character, and I like strong characters like that. But when you just make a female character strong for the sake of strength, and that's it, and there's nothing backing it, and there's no substance to it, and in Rey Skywalker's position, she can't fucking fail. She only fails upwards.
I would say that applies more to Captain Marvel, but
the same thing with fucking Captain Marvel. She's not a great female character like Feora. Like Feora is and even Wonder Woman in the first film, Gal Gadot. Very powerful woman. Awesome. It was a great film. I enjoyed every minute of it, right? But you make a film of and try to make women strong for the sake of being strong, you lose it. You lose it.
Okay,
and there's no weight to it.
Before
and
you
it
finish,
fails.
I don't mean to cut you off, but to answer Dwayne's question here. So what you're saying is Charlie's Angels, the comic book storyline. Here's the thing, Dwayne. It's almost like Sony was fucking embarrassed to be tied to Spider-Man in almost any fashion in this movie. It was almost like they were just 100% embarrassed to have any hard ties to Spider-Man whatsoever. Whoa. They skirted around like Peter Parker's name. They jumble fucked with great power, great responsibilities.
Yeah.
They jumble.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yes.
What they do?
I remember when that happened. I was like, no fucking way.
Okay, they basically like gave the speech to somebody else. They changed the wording around.
And the guy who says it, too, is such a joke.
It was just such a fucking like, oh, hey, we're throwing this in there because it's a vague fucking connection to Spider-Man, and you Spider-Man fans will get it. And then every other Spider-Man fan I've heard who's seen this movie legit had the same fucking reaction in the theater.
Yeah.
Like they all gave it the middle finger.
I was like, oh, fuck. They really went there.
Well, that's the same thing. The reaction I had was like, what's your family name, Skywalker? Fuck you.
She said Palpatine. Palpatine.
Bitches of Palpatine. And that's even stupid.
I didn't have that reaction. I did not flip off. I did not flip off the screen. I was just like, oh, that's what everyone's mad about. Got it. I laughed. Yeah, honestly. I just chuckled.
The Madam Web is it's definitely it's a
look. If you want to watch Madam Web, if you are a film nerd, if you are a film buff, if you are a comic book film buff,
yeah,
watch this movie for reasons as to why shit goes wrong. If you want a crash course in how you can do everything wrong in a comic book film, it's Madam Web.
There it is. There it is. I mean, it's so bad at the point where like.
Oh my God, Droga, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up right now. No.
That's high praise.
Oh, that is not high praise. That is
wow.
Birds of Prey is 10 times the movie.
Shit.
Birds of Prey is 10 times the movie Madam Web is. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen Madam Web, so I can't really gauge it, but it's not a good film.
I like this one. Madam Web needed the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Oh my God.
It definitely did.
I'm sorry. I just want to punch you in the face.
Hunter Iggy said, Nickatina and friends, don't get mad at me for saying this. I thought Sydney Sweeney and Dakota Johnson were porn stars to actors. I mean,
well,
pretty
the 50 Shades of Grey really is
Cap Euphoria, so maybe. Yeah. I no.
I
can't really.
You know, it was like Phil was saying, like there was moments and the idea of like Terminator with the superhero characters. I liked that analogy much better, and I thought
I wish we would have seen that.
That's what we need to see. But
I wanted to see that.
It almost felt like Ben's niece, who was pregnant, that should have been the John Connor. You know what I mean? That should have been the John Connor where you're trying to protect that.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the movie, it's like, we have to protect this, otherwise we will never come to be. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, that would have been so cool. Instead, it was like,
better.
Oh, this is way better. What did you do?
Well, no, they
weird exposition about like your background and about like the fucking baby shower scene. I was like, why did you even why did you even turn in one that was blank? You know,
that was so awkward.
That was so dumb.
It was like so awkward. Why is this one blank? Oh, because I never knew my mom. Fucking why you're doing this at a fucking baby shower?
She's at a baby shower.
Yeah.
At a baby shower, and they're like, write down your most fondest memory of your mother. That's a game they were playing, and so the mom to be pulls one out and she goes, "Oh, this one's blank. Whose is this one?" And then Dakota Johnson's like, "Oh, it's mine." "Oh, why is it blank?" "Well, my mother died at childbirth, so." At a baby shower, you're just like,
yeah, no. Her thing was she should have wrote was something like monumentally beautiful and the best one of everybody's, right?
You should have not even turned one in. I wouldn't have turned one in. I'd have been like, crumple it up, throw it away.
Yeah, no, I would have been like, yeah, no, I can't turn one in. I didn't know my mom. Like,
the problem with this scene was that, like, I remember when I watched the scene, I lost more respect for the character because I was just like, you're a dumbass. Like, why would you do that? Like, I'm
just fucking shocked that someone in an editing suite was like, "Yeah, we need to put this in the movie." And
falling babies in the movie.
no, surprisingly not. There are no falling babies, just a lot of falling, like evil Spider-Men. That's pretty much the only thing that falls in this movie.
Now he says clearly the baby was supposed to be Tom Holland.
Well, no, that doesn't add up.
I don't think so because originally they had Andrew Garfield in the movie. Supposedly, they filmed the scene with Andrew Garfield, and then they said, no, we don't want to do that. And so they were negotiating to bring in Tom Holland. And then they said, you know what? No, fuck them both.
Honestly, I wish they would have just not done either one and just kept it vague and just kept it as a different Peter Parker. Like, because we know that there is a multiverse there, and there are multiple versions of Peter Parker, so why not just have a different one? To me, it's just like, why bother going through the trouble of trying to sign on Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland to something you could just have completely new and set something else up? That just
It should have just been, I have to protect these girls from dying, and then they soon discover, no, not just protect us, we have to protect this pregnant woman from dying. Otherwise, none of us come to be. And then that would have been much cooler. Instead, it was like...
It would have hit a little harder.
Yeah. It just would have been like... In the end, it was just kind of like, I don't really care.
Okay, tell me how the fuck are you going to get blinded by a firework when it's in the water?
Oh, wait.
At the very end of the movie, that's how she gets blind. Because a fucking firework.
The firework.
It hits her in the face in fucking water. It's like, what?
It was so dumb. Because when they pulled her out, she's like, And in my head, I was like, oh, so that's how she becomes blind. Okay, got it.
Yep, that's what I thought too. I was
Man.
like, oh, that's how she gets
I was like,
blinded.
you just
Awesome.
fucking shoehorn that in. Like, oh, and by the way, that'll fly by and hit, and then that covers that. It was like,
check.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
was like,
god, it was
that's exactly what I said. I was like, so that's how you explain.
You know what
that.
would have made
Oh,
more
wait,
sense?
Okay, got it.
If like
Wow.
her and Ezekiel were like duking it out, and then he puts his hand over her face because he could fucking inject venom out of his hand apparently or whatever, right? And had that been the thing that blinded her, that would have made so much more
Yeah,
sense.
if you went like this, it was like,
Yes.
you know, like,
Yes.
oh, I don't know, my eyeballs can't, deflect it.
Fuck me. Like people at
Your
Sony
eyeballs
just-
can't deflect it.
I'm just saying, like how Professor X has hair in Apocalypse. No, that was actually better. That was and that wasn't even very good either. I didn't like
Oh.
that whole reason explaining, but that was better than what we saw in Madam
he
Web.
quit using his powers.
Well,
he has
he
fucking
was
hair
taking
back
that
and
serum.
walk
That
That was
Again.
Yeah.
so he quit using
Like,
his powers in Days of Future Past, not Apocalypse.
yeah, you're right. It
Yeah.
is. It's Days of Future Past.
It's Days of Future Past, yeah. Yeah, that's the one where he's like,
yeah,
kinda-
because that's the scene where Magneto's like, freeze them, Charles, and he can't do it, and the Quicksilver has to save them. Yeah,
yeah.
but still, that was a better explanation than the whole Madam Web, losing her vision. The only like real brutal scene where I was kind of like, oh, all right, that's cool, was when he attacks them in the restaurant, and he takes that one girl and he breaks her neck, on the chair. I was like, oh fuck.
I was like,
And I
oh,
kinda
now
felt
we're getting
like-
somewhere.
I kind of felt like that was some of the original footage they shot before everything got all fucked up. Because I was like, oh, that was cool. And that was that whole scene that you saw in the trailer at the restaurant. That was like, hey, I want to see that movie. That looks way cooler. And everything else around it was
That gave like Terminator vibes. It's like, yeah, this is exactly what the movie Dakota Johnson signed up for sounds like.
And then it's like even there, she takes him out to the woods and she's like, I'll be back. I have to go figure things out. Well, how long are you going to be gone for? 3 hours.
3 hours.
It was just like, oh,
Guys, I need to go to Peru.
yeah, that was the worst. Hey, those guys, if I'm watching that film ahead of time, I'd have been like, dude, I would cut them out of the movie altogether. Don't have them in the movie. The Amazonian Spider-Man, don't have them in the movie.
Nope.
Let's just leave all that on the cutting room floor. That not necessary.
None of that
it
just made a lick of sense at all.
But the way they looked in the beginning, I was like, what the fuck? And
It's
then we
like,
see them-
yeah, we're going to take these ancient characters and totally make them look like Spider-Man without any explanation whatsoever. It's like,
dude, they look so bad. I felt like I was watching a play at the community center. You know what I mean? I was just like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you have them on screen? What were you thinking? And then when you see one of them later on, they look completely different. I'm like, wait, what happened? Like, so now you're not like that? And
you know what it was? It was a reshoot. That's probably what it was.
That's probably what it was. It made no sense. I was like, I don't understand what I'm looking at. But
And
whatever.
honestly, like even the last shot of like Dakota Johnson as Madam Web in those, oh god, it pains me to say this because like I actually kind of dig the way Madam Web looks in the comics and a bunch of other stuff, but like her big red glasses look goofy as fuck. I was like, what are we,
so stupid.
what are we
I was
doing
like-
here? I was like, what are we doing here?
You gave all of them these cool looking outfits and goggles and shit, and then you just have these big. You know what it was? It was the same glasses that Doc Brown is wearing in Back to the Future Part 2, but they were pink. That's why I was like, wait, I've seen this before. Well, I've seen this. Where did you get that from?
And then to top it off, it's like, yeah, let's put some marketing out with Dakota Johnson in this red Spider-Woman outfit, and then not at all bother putting her in it.
Yeah, no.
Like,
All you ever
what
see is
the fuck?
from the head, the neck up.
It's like, what the fuck?
It was, yeah. So go check out Madam
I'm gonna
Web.
go to Peru, aka the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah. It was just so dumb. When she went to Peru, she's like, I have to go to Peru. I have to go get answers. And it was like, wait, so you're gonna be gone for how long? That's not gonna take like a day or so. You're gonna be gone for
I'll be
at
right
least a
back.
week.
I'm gonna take the red eye.
Oh, I thought you were really leaving. I was like, you're gonna leave me by myself. Okay, here we go. Does Madam Web include an egg sandwich scene? It does not. Should Marvel sue Sony for damaging the image of the brand and the characters? No, because no one's gonna take that seriously anyway. It's from Sony, so it sucks. Can I sue the MCU for what they have done to Spider-Man and Hulk, and soon be putting Fantastic Four and X-Men on that list as well? I think the MCU will do a lot better with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, but when it comes to Sony, I would be terrified of any characters coming out under Sony. And I don't.
You have
Kraven the Hunter. That movie's doomed.
That's coming up.
Anything they do, it's gonna suck. I mean, that's like putting a child in charge of it. It was ridiculous.
I mean, I'm sorry, dude. Venom is like barely fucking like tolerable compared to everything else that they have. Like Venom is the top tier for them, and that's not saying a whole lot because it's kind of goofy. But
I like Venom.
It's fine, but like it was okay for something different. But I watched it a couple times after the initial viewing, and I was like, "Oh, this is really like."
Dude, I still watch that movie and I laugh my ass off every single time. The first Venom movie.
Oh, good on ya. Good on ya.
The first one was good. The second one,
second one,
right. It was just awesome.
they did worse with Woody.
Yeah.
He did not get any justice.
And I don't know why they changed his hair. I was like,
I don't either.
Leave the curly hair. That's how he was in the comics. It's fine. He's the serial killer. He's weird. You don't have to change that. He looks like Sideshow Bob.
He does kind of look like Sideshow Bob a little bit, doesn't he?
I'm trying to find.
Hello, bot.
He's finding the one image because I went to the website for. Oh, here it is. I got it.
Oh, you did. Oh, good.
Okay, so
awesome.
The next topic is going to be about
the
Crow reboot. Okay.
Oh,
I forgot because you know.
Let's go.
Let's go. So this is it right here. Eric Draven returns. Our first look at Bill Skarsgård and FK Twigs, whatever, in the Crow reboot.
Twiggy.
This is the Crow.
Yep.
I don't really.
Oh, look! It's Jared Leto's Joker.
Look, he even has the hand tattoos. Look at that! That's the Crow.
That's so stupid. He's got like a fucking. What do they call that? The Hector, or what is that haircut that they have?
Mullet.
No. It's like called the.
It's a mullet.
It's a mullet.
Professional in the front, party in the back.
It looks.
So this is before he becomes a Crow. He looks like a junkie.
Herman? Oh God!
He looks like a tweaker.
Is this supposed to be like Eric Draven?
It is. Look.
Oh my God! No.
Look, see, Eric Draven returns.
Oh. Oh my God!
This looks terrible. And you know what I hate the most is this part right here, with the tattoo,
nipple
guy's
tattoo.
face, and the nipples, the eye. Like, what the fuck?
It looks so goofy. It looks so fucking goofy. Okay,
so
this would have been
the Peso Pluma Crow.
Wow. I honestly think
Oh my
that
God.
they could have had something here had they not done any of the tattoos.
I mean, this guy looks homeless right here.
That's Suicide Squad Joker right there, buddy.
He looks like a transient.
He's got fucking tats everywhere. It just looks like how you doing? I'm the Joker.
And these are the images that you show. Like, he
So you know what
wants to
that
be
means,
with
right?
her, but he
That means the
can't.
trailer is not too far off.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't care. I gave a little bit of a shit when like Jason Momoa was going to be in the Crow, but this looks fucking stupid.
Momoa would have been cool.
Yeah.
So
especially
for
with
this,
that image that he shared very briefly of what he would have looked like, it blew this out of the water without even trying. And that was just test. That was just test makeup too.
this sucks.
This is not appealing. I'm sorry.
I
like the movie. I like the original movie quite a bit, and this is just like I don't know. But I think I even said it.
I can't look past this. I can't look past this right here. The nipple and the ear, or the nipple and the. I can't. It's too hard.
This is fucking goofy. Like the original movie.
Somebody drew that on his body every day during
Right.
shooting. Like, let me draw the nose and this will be the eye.
I don't care about the fucking all-seeing eye bullshit. That's so stupid.
No, but like below that, his nipple.
What the fuck is there?
Yeah.
Oh, the eye. The nipple is the eye. That's dumb.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's disgusting. It's like I don't want to see that shit.
That's stupid. I'm not into this. This is dumb.
This looks like like a sci-fi movie presentation or sci-fi channel presentation. You know what I mean? Maybe on AMC, like a show. I don't know. This is pretty bad.
I understand they're trying to do a modernized take on it, sure. And it's like, yeah, let's take Eric Draven the musician in a completely different way. And I'm just like, okay, yeah. Then I see this and I'm like, no. Please no.
Yeah, no. Why does it
no.
look like AI? It really does. Of course you are, Drogas. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. This is gonna bomb harder than in June. Oh God.
Is there even anything else coming out in June?
July. I thought June isn't. No, July is Deadpool.
The Edgar. That's what the fucking thing. The Edgar.
Edgar.
Deadpool's in
It's a
July, but
fucking
I don't
haircut.
think anything else is
Fucking
coming out in
ridiculous.
June.
Yeah, I mean, really, Deadpool is not going to have much competition, so it should.
It is.
dominate.
That's the fucking Edgar. Oh my god. Oh my
Who's
god.
Edgar? Oh, it's the name of the head.
No,
haircut?
that's the name of the fucking hair. Look, okay. Hold up. I'm gonna fucking share screen. That's what that is. It's so stupid.
The Crow would have been better for
It
the
is
TV
the
show instead of
dumbest
doing a
fucking
movie, probably.
haircut. Here
Maybe.
we go, share.
Bad Boys 4. Watch out, Bad Boys 4.
There you go. All right, so there it is. The Edgar.
Wow,
There it is.
that's
It's fucking stupid.
That's
Wow.
Fucking stupid.
that's it,
the-
man.
And that's a.
See,
I got nothing.
one.
It's
Oh.
not a fucking mullet. It's the
Oh.
fucking Edgar.
Where'd it go? Okay, there's one. There's two. That's it. It's dead on.
That's so stupid.
It's
That's
dead
such
on.
A dumb fucking hairstyle. Dumb as shit, man. That's
I
like
just don't get it.
the most fucking ridiculous thing, dude. Like, look at this cat. Look at that shit, dude. That looks so stupid. Look at
That's the
that.
worst one. I mean, come on. What are you doing with your
there's
life?
The back of that
It
guy's
just looked
head.
bad. That
It's
is just a bad haircut.
really- It's a bad
Okay,
hairstyle.
okay.
But it's trending now.
I would
And
say
a lot of morons have
I would
it.
say Inside Out 2 will probably give it its biggest challenge because it's a kids movie. But M Night Shyamalan's
Sure.
fuck no. AQP Day 1. What is that?
Oh, Quiet Place.
That one probably will. Okay, that's the biggest competition is a Quiet Place Day 1.
Either that or
But-
Inside Out 2. One of those two.
But I don't. The one thing I
But
didn't like
guys,
about
check out.
Wait a minute. Doesn't that John Krasinski movie come out soon too? If Imaginary Friend.
There we go.
I think so, but you know this one. It looks really cool, but
Okay, that comes out in May.
AQP
again,
Day One.
it's a
What?
prequel. And that was the thing I didn't really like about it. I'm like, why are we getting another prequel? Like, I just want to see the continuation of the
Yeah,
story.
I want to see a Quiet Place 3. I need to see that movie.
Yeah, instead they're like,
This
we're gonna
is-
give you the prequel instead.
Yeah.
Well, that's
in which
because
none of us are in it.
Dead.
Krasinski's character is dead. You're right.
If it's out in
Mike
May,
Krasinski.
Yes. I
Mike
looked it up.
Wazowski.
and he didn't have to die either. Like in that
He didn't
movie,
have
like the way he dies, I was like, dude, you didn't have to do that, but okay.
When's the Batgirl movie coming out? Damn, dude, that's
Never.
like asking when Coyote vs. Acme is going to come out.
Oh,
That's like asking-
and I wish to have seen that movie.
Same.
That's like
Big same.
That's like asking when is ZSGL 2 coming out.
Oh,
Ouch.
Ouch.
Ouch. Big ouch.
But at the end of the day, when it comes to The Crow, this is how I feel about
Oh my
it.
God, I don't care. I do not. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care. I mean, it's such a moot point. It's like,
Same.
oh,
Same.
darn.
How do
Oh,
I
darn.
feel
I'm
about-
more excited about fucking. I'm more excited about.
fucking Godzilla X Kong.
I'm more excited about Dan Lin
Yeah.
than I am about fucking The Crow.
Dan Lin.
Okay, did you guys see this? Okay, oh, I gotta share it.
You gotta share it, man.
Brie
You can't just
Larson's
ask us.
MCU
here's how I
status is
feel. Just real
unknown.
quick.
If
Just
you
real
lose,
quick.
you
Here's
get a
how-
$25.
Here's
gift.
how I feel about The Crow.
That's dumb. You're dumb.
That's exactly how I feel about The Crow right now.
Okay, Ryan, how do you feel about The Crow? Your turn.
Oh God, hold on. Here it is.
Okay.
Yes! I love that he's
Here
mine.
we
I
go.
love that. That's great.
Here we go.
I knew I did
Um,
something good by bringing that one in. I didn't do
Okay,
it.
so this made its rounds around
I
social
did see
media.
that. I saw this earlier today.
And so it says, and this came out yesterday, saying Brie Larson's MCU status is unknown after Marvel's flop. She says, "I don't have anything to say." So when we go down here to where she actually talks,
I don't have anything to say. We're gonna go see what she says.
Extra asked Larson at Saturday's SAG Awards if she had any upcoming MCU projects in the works. Larson, 34, shook her head and said, "I don't have anything to say about that." The lessons in chemistry. Sorry, reply. Oh, that's the name of the movie she's in. But she said, "I don't have anything to say about that."
She's
It
gonna
wouldn't be surprising if the Marvel's
Marvel's
Larson's swan song, the MCU. It's not. They can say whatever they want to say about her, but like she's not going away. She's not.
No, she's not. She's their version of Wonder Woman, and she was the first superhero character to get a movie before Wonder Woman got a movie. Even though Wonder Woman came out before hers. But yes, no, she her fuck this character, just a dumbass fucking character. The character's great. This portrayal of the character is shit.
I don't know. I just kind of want to see the character just get her powers sapped by Rogue at this point.
Yes.
That's what I want to see. I want to see
that'd be better.
Rogue from the X-Men sap her fucking powers. That's what I want to see at this point.
And that would actually do her character more justice
if he's done draining her. Kill the bitch.
If Rogue drains her powers and she becomes a normal human being, I think that would be better for her character to have to go through that struggle like she did in the comics, where she would be with the X-Men, but she couldn't actually do anything. She can like shoot a gun or just kind of be there. Because they
had a shield. Shit.
Well, I mean, I want to say when
or Saber, whatever the hell it's called.
But in the comics, when Cyclops started dating Madeline Pryor, which is actually kind of a creepy story to begin with, but
yeah,
when
very much so, yeah.
when he started dating Madeline Pryor because she looked exactly like Jean Grey,
right.
Like Carol Danvers was there in the storyline the whole time, and that's when and then they go to space and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think having her get her powers back to be binary would be cool. But again, and this is something I talked about the other day, was that like if binary exists in the other Marvel universe that we saw, then that means that means that Rogue exists, because you can't have binary
without
unless
Rogue.
without Rogue draining your powers, then you become a cosmic being later on. So I thought for a minute, I thought, you know what? Maybe they don't want to go down that road. So what they're going to do is they're going to introduce Rogue through the other universe, and we're just going to bypass that whole storyline of her getting her powers drained. Even though I think it's really important to the character, but whatever.
Yeah, with X-Men 97 literally around the corner, I'm kind of right there with you. Like, I really just want to see that happen, more or less. And also, like, I like Rogue as a character. I'm not necessarily too hot on Anna Paquin. I'm sure Droga over here is like super over the moon about it, but I'm really not. I prefer
It's just dumb.
I was never a fan of the Anna Paquin version of the character because
not particularly.
I liked her better, and I didn't watch the show, but I liked her better in that vampire show.
True Blood.
True Blood.
But
I thought she was more established and a better actress by the time she got there. But in X-Men, she was just like, I'm Rogue.
It was weird because like they went out of their way to make sure that she didn't have her superhuman abilities, because essentially she hadn't gotten them from Captain or from Miss Marvel at the time.
Right.
But it was kind of like, wait, you're going to go through all this trouble to stay true to canon, but you're never actually going to bring in Miss Marvel, Carol Danvers.
Well, at the same time, they couldn't, because it was Fox, right?
Right, but it was kind of like at that point. So it makes you wonder if the rights of the character, did not allow powers to be on.
You know what really
screen?
bugged me about that was like, not only did they do Rogue in a completely different fashion than what had been done in like animation, but also the fact that they just completely glossed over. Oh, we don't have Gambit yet. We're just gonna make her have a relationship with Iceman. It's like, all right,
that was weird.
It was super goofy. Super
It should have
goofy.
been Gambit. Instead, they were just like, well, we don't have a Gambit. We'll just do Iceman.
It's like, why the fuck are we doing Gambit?
But it was like, and we're not going to make him a primary character in the first movie. He'll just be a side character, weird. And then we'll shoehorn him in, like he is a primary character in part 2, and then part 3, nobody gives a shit.
Right.
And then like he didn't even like, what was it, at the end of part 2, I think, or the end of part 3, he got his completely like icy form. But he had that black suit on at the same time, so it was kind of like, the fuck? I don't know. It was weird. They handled that really to me. The first X-Men movie was, they had to play it really safe and give everyone just leather suits, because they were too afraid to be comic accurate that they would get laughed at.
Oh, 100%.
100%. And then the second one, they just said, fuck the suits, we're all just gonna wear some shit. And then the third one, it was like, okay, we're all gonna wear the same suit or whatever, who gives a shit.
We have a super chat.
We do with some Connor Dorian, also Charlie Manx. A Quiet Place Day 1 comes out in June, because we were saying so yeah, it does, and that's gonna be a good movie, I think.
I do too. Yeah, I agree.
Jaimon Hansu is gonna be one of the main characters.
Joseph Quinn. Joseph Quinn's in it. The new Johnny
Quinn.
Storm.
Oh yeah, he's in that movie too.
Yeah.
So that should be cool. So for that super chat, let's go ahead and say a big shout out and thank you for the super chat. And guys, we have 19 people watching right now. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the 4Nerds. If you want to do so, become a member and help support the channel. And we appreciate everyone who is members of the channel. So let me see, where was I? Nah, this Fox X-Men slander is not okay.
Bro, Fox X-Men wasn't it. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't. To me, I mean, like First Class was really good. I like X2. And then I also
X2.
like Days of Future Past. I like that, but Apocalypse not really, and then Phoenix not really. I just kind of felt.
I think
by
for
the time,
me, it's like
well, I think by the time Phoenix came out, we already knew it was kind of like watching Shazam. You're like, this isn't going to go anywhere.
Right,
so you're
right.
like, oh, okay, cool. And
like
then,
we're literally watching the X-Men getting taken over by the MCU, the Mutant Correction Unit, or whatever the fuck they called it in the movie. It was super weird, but it still made me laugh.
the Mutant Control Agency.
There you go. Yeah.
But it was like, when Mystique died, it was like, I was like, I was like, oh, she died, even though she was never a part of the X-Men to begin with, but she kind of got sucked into it from the movies.
Yeah.
Marvel Studios still uses jumpsuits. They're afraid as well.
What?
No,
What?
they don't.
Did you see the Deadpool 3 trailer with Wolverine in his full fucking costume? What?
Dude, look at like Captain America's suit. He had the prototypical suit in the first Avengers and before that, and then they revamped his suit for the Winter Soldier, which I think is badass looking. No, every character has their own suit. Look at the Falcon. Look at Black Panther, Spider-Man. There's different iterations of his suit already. And
Winter Soldier looks spot on from the Brubaker comic. Like, come on. What are we talking about here? Like, Marvel Studios, if anything, they get a majority of their characters comic accurate.
I think a lot of their suits, I don't know about recently, especially on Disney Plus, but like early on, a lot of their suits were really good, and they had a modern take to it.
Miss
Marvel, that was cool.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
Miss Marvel and Moon Knight look absolutely spot on from their comics. She-Hulk, you can make the debate because she's had a couple different suits over the years.
That was my brother. I hate that picture he uses.
What else did they do? They did White Vision and WandaVision. That's spot on. So, yeah.
And again, at the end of WandaVision, he flew off, and you haven't seen him since. Like, that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
they have not disclosed what's going on with him.
I love seeing all the payoff from all the Marvel iteration shows. All that it just makes so much sense. The only thing that's actually they give a shit about, you can tell, is fucking Loki.
The only thing that has paid off is Loki.
That's the only thing they care about.
Loki, and the only callback which has paid off was Miss Marvel and the Kate Bishop cameo at the end of the Marvels was like, oh look, there's a character we saw in a Disney Plus movie,
and the one lady from WandaVision that was in the Marvels,
Agatha Harkness,
Rambo.
Oh wait, no, you're right. You're right.
Maria Rambo. Yeah. Monica. I'm sorry. Yeah, Monica Rambo. But even the Marvels, it was like, oh, so I had to watch 2 different Disney Plus shows to know what the fuck is going on in this movie. I'm glad I did. But if I was a normie out there, I'd be like, I don't know who she is. Whatever.
And honestly, I do like that Echo kind of lightweight sets the stage for Daredevil Born Again. Because obviously, like, Kingpin's going to come back into town. He's going to probably run for mayor. That's going to be probably a thorough storyline for Born Again. And that's going to lead to Daredevil having to get back into action. So,
well, the only thing that I can think of that even relates to the meaning of Born Again, it could be that's more of a call to Kingpin, that he's been born again. All of a sudden he's running for mayor. He's not, super evil. And but something's going to happen in the show that's going to trigger him to go back to.
He's going to make Dr. Doom.
Yeah, no. I still think, like all the talk about, Spider-Man 4 being a grounded movie, to me, like, if you did another Spider-Man movie, I would want it to be a grounded storyline set in New York with Daredevil and they're taking on the Kingpin. Like, Born Again should set up Spider-Man 4.
Because that's the rumor, right? Like Sony wants to do another big multiverse fucking mashup, And Marvel Studios is like, allegedly, we don't know this for fact, but this is all alleged, right? But allegedly, like, Marvel Studios wants to bring Spider-Man back down to the fucking ground where they had him at the end of No Way Home. And it's like, that makes more sense than what Sony wants to do.
Sony
Allegedly.
Well, it would make more sense if while like when they're still doing the whole Kang Dynasty shit, which who even knows what they're doing with that now. But if they were still doing that, then it would make sense if like at the end of the movie, the TVA or like Scott Lang shows up to recruit him to join the team that the TVA is putting together to take on all the Kangs.
The team should be brought up by Captain America Falcon.
Honestly, I just think that with the way that Spider-Man No Way Home ended, like you literally have Peter back on the ground as Spider-Man, as his own man, and it just makes sense for him to get that payoff from No Way Home of having Charlie Cox's Daredevil be the one to be like, oh, hey, what's up? How are you doing? Didn't know you were in New York too. I've been here fucking saving ass for the last 5 years while your ass got blipped, because that's a fucking fact. Yeah. Daredevil was around during the blip. We know that now. So yeah, it just makes sense to me that after having Spider-Man be with all the Avengers and be, you know, the bigger hero with all of them, bring him back down to the street level stuff. That's an element of Spider-Man we have not seen in the MCU also. And you can easily set up Kingpin being the one to be like, oh, hey, here's Scorpion. Oh, here's the next Shocker. Oh, here's fucking Vulture, who's back in this universe somehow, some way. We're not going to address how, but fuck it, he's back anyway. Like, seriously, you could have Kingpin.
Yeah, Pinkin can do it.
You could have
Pinkin and Blinkin.
You could have Kingpin bankroll the Sinister Six that Spider-Man has to fight.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me.
Did you just say, hey, Blinken? No, I said my name is
hey,
Blinken.
That's what I said.
Did you just say a Jew? No, I said Jew.
Pinkin.
That's funny.
Did you know that they're actually
going to
gonna
ask Dawson what the difference was between Jews and Mormon's kitchen?
Dude, can you believe that they're gonna remake what was it? The Naked Gun?
I did see that.
Oh no, they're gonna ruin it. They're gonna ruin it.
But it's gonna have Liam Neeson, which I think is a good choice because he's supposed to be serious, so it's gonna be stupid serious, you know. So I was like, okay, I can kind of see that. But the other one they announced today was what was it? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. And they're remaking that, and I was just like, why would you?
We are just so out of fucking ideas. It's so stupid.
And all the kids, and look, I'm just spitting facts of the trailer.
Yeah,
all the kids,
keep it 100. Keep it 100, Andre.
All the kids are African American, and so
they came from Africa and got American citizenship.
So it's kind of like, okay, so like this is the difference you're making in this film is that you're race swapping all the other kids in the older
look. If they can do it to Otis, they can do it to these guys.
I was just gonna bring that up. Like they just did that with Otis. So
you know what's funny is the guy that they chose for Otis kind of looks like the guy that played Otis. I was like, wow,
that was the safer one to change. While like if you
honestly,
done it,
like I've seen some people like make the whole race swapped Andre. Wow, that's bold. That's a bold statement there, Droga.
Bold statement. But we'll go with it. We'll go with it.
But like, I don't care. Like, I'm not one to like get all mad at like race swapping characters, especially minor characters like that.
But I just don't understand.
Like,
why
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. I mean, I can give you shit.
Like Otis is such a C, D, F list character. Like, why do you have to say, okay, this is Otis? Why couldn't it just be Henry? Who gives a fuck? That's just dumb. And like,
it's the same deal. Character. It's the same deal with Tessmacher. It's like, okay, cool. We're doing.
Why did you have to be named Tessmacher? Because that was a movie specific name. That was not from the comics.
You know what? One of the oddest fucking criticisms of BVS I heard was like people were wondering like, why wasn't Taya Akamoto Miss Tessmacher? And I'm like, fucking what? She was Mercy Graves.
Yeah, Mercy Graves.
And it's just like,
and that was from comics and also from the animated
series. Yes. Mm-hmm. And it made sense.
So that would have resonated with that audience.
Which it did.
It did.
But, I mean, the fact that they're bringing back Miss Tessmacher and Otis and...
In fairness, they brought back Miss Tessmacher in the Supergirl TV show as well.
Right, but the fact that James Gunn is bringing them back all together, it really gives me the impression that he's going to go for that kind of comedic...
78 vibe.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, no. But I mean, we'll see how it turns out. But I don't want a fucking corny.
Let me put it to you this way.
Look,
Let me
the
put it to you this way.
Suicide Squad was fucking corny.
Let me put it to you this way: if Jimmy Olsen talks like he did in the '78 movie, if he's all, "Oh, gee, go Williker Clark," it's gonna get fucking Batman and Robin level laughs. People are going to fucking laugh at that, and not in like a cheerful, funny way. They're going to straight up fucking laugh at it, not with it.
But not only that, it's like he's investing a lot into like the whole crew of the Daily Planet.
Right.
And they're back and forths. And it's kind of like, if this is a TV show, I would get it. But for a movie, you're talking about a lot of exposition between those characters that like, I get why you're doing it, but like, man, I just don't want, McLevin right here. Like, I don't want a corny soups. Now, look, I know that, like, he's probably going for something that's very polar opposite of what Zack Snyder did with Man of Steel, because obviously you want to set a different tone for your universe and for your character.
You want a lighter Superman. We get it.
We get it. Like, don't go too lighter. If you go too lighter, then it's kind of like, I don't know.
Right?
It's just like, uh-oh. This could get nasty. Guy Gardner going to be the John Cena of Legacy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like 100%. That's exactly why they cast Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, because Guy Gardner's a dick.
Yeah, he doesn't have Perry White yet, as far as we know, or the Kents, or Batman. Yeah.
Because that just goes to show like how much more popular Batman is than Superman, because people don't stop asking James Gunn about who's cast as Batman. Who's cast as Batman? Who's going to get cast as Batman? And he's just like, I'm not fucking casting Batman right now. And then people are still like, who's going to get cast as Batman? Because they don't fucking care. They just want to know who Batman's going to be in this universe, which is hilarious but sad at the same time.
I mean, look. The best thing to do, if I were in the James Gunn position or whatever, is to you want to get the script down, nailed down, whatever for Brave and the Bold, but you do want to like introduce like who's going to play the character at least. And just kind of get people like on your side to sort of like, okay, I can see that guy as this, or no, I hate this, or whatever it is. Get the buzz going. If the longer you keep shit under wraps, the more people aren't going to give a shit.
And honestly, I think that's why Marvel did the announcement for the Fantastic Four cast the way they did. That way they can just be like, look, we're doing it. Here's what it is. Here's who we have.
This is it. It's a done deal.
It's a done fucking deal.
Quit asking
these are
this
our
person to be the for
bingo.
Like we're trying to get Krasinski back. He's not coming back for this part. We got
on top of that, they didn't do it with any dialogue.
Yeah,
they just did it with a picture.
Yep.
It was like, there it is, done.
Yeah, sure.
Here it is. Stop asking us about it. Here you go.
It's not like they're saying like, oh, we'd like to introduce Pedro Pascal. You know him from the last of it. No, they just put a picture out there and said, there it is.
From the
They're probably going to have some kind of presence at Comic-Con. Like they will. They will probably bring them out and like showcase what the movie's going to be about. Show some concept art, and like they're going to say production starts next month.
It'd be fucking dope, but they won't do it. But it would be dope as shit. Is if they came out like fucking
it'd be
incredible,
dope if they
incredible style.
I'll be right
they
back.
Came out in their fucking outfits, their Fantastic Four outfits from like the 1960s and shit.
Well, allegedly,
that's not what they would wear in the film,
60s.
Huh?
Allegedly, the movie is set in the 60s.
Oh well, then I would totally go fucking Incredibles,
dude. I'm telling you, if this movie is set in the 60s, I'm gonna be over the fucking moon. No pun intended. Like if they do a period piece Fantastic Four film, I am fucking there. Like that is literally all I want from the Fantastic Four at this point. Like have it set in the 60s, have them be astronauts. If you do Doom, do Doom. I don't really give that much of a fuck. But if you do Galactus, I will cream in the theater if they do fucking Galactus in his big purple and blue fucking godly glory. I will fucking cream my pants twice over. No shit, no pun intended. But seriously, like I do think that the Fantastic Four is going to have presence at Comic-Con. I do think that, like they're going to bring them out. Like, here's our Fantastic Four. We announced this in February, whatever. Here's what we're doing with the movie. Show some concept art or whatever the fuck. And like I'm really looking forward to it. I think the whole cast is like spot the fuck on. Like I love Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards.
Usually he has horrible takes, but I agree with Anthony on this one. Doom is probably going to be at the end of the movie.
I don't know.
Will actually be better because I'm tired of Fantastic Four movies relying on Doom to be in the film.
Yeah, there's a rumor that's not been confirmed whatsoever that Doom is supposed to be at the end of the movie in I forgot the name of the European state he lives in.
And Doom is supposed to
Latveria.
Yeah, Latveria. And I don't know if it's true or not, but it would make more sense to introduce him as the villain of whatever's coming next. because you want him to be in Secret Wars. And so if they introduce him at the end of it and then you get to see him again, I don't know. I guess
if you want to
Secret
pivot
Wars.
from Kang, then yeah. And you want to do Doom, yeah. It makes sense, I suppose.
Have they have recast him, right? Kang? Not yet?
They have
Not yet.
they haven't announced any recastings. They have people in mind, but they haven't actually like pulled the trigger on anybody.
I'm not even sure they're gonna go bother recasting the character. I think they just might pivot away from him entirely.
I mean, it kind of feels like, if you watch Loki, it did to me, it kind of felt like they wrapped that up a
You
little
think
bit.
that they wrapped it up a little bit just to
Loki?
say, okay, like here's an out just in case we need
Loki
it?
ends in
Yeah.
a way that gives them an out either way. They could either have the character be completely rewritten to a different person, or at least look like a different person, or they could just pivot away entirely from the character. It literally works out either way for them. It does not fucking matter. And on top of that, apparently, they were even reworking the whole concept after Ant-Man and Quantumania bombed at the box office. They were like, okay, well, I guess Kang isn't the villain that we thought he was going to be, so let's try something else.
Well, that was why the writer for that film got
Loveness,
basically- that's why they did away with him. One of the reasons was because it bombed so hard, Quantumania, that they were like, man, fuck this. And they kind of wanted to retool the character, and then Jonathan Majors just got in trouble, and
I think it was smart to bring in Michael Waldron because he's already doing Secret Wars anyway. So if you're going to have one Avengers movie lead into the other Avengers movie, you may as well just get the same fucking writer.
I mean, like I was saying, like at the end, they said how they were watching the other Kang variants in their own universes.
Right.
So you can imply that even though you had that big army, that whole the Council of Kangs, like in that space outside the multiverse, like, "Argh!" But how much do the normies really remember of that? Not much. You can probably just explain that away very simply and just move on. And I think a lot of fans, even the hardcore fans, would be happy as long as it's something cool.
Yeah.
Then they'd be like, "Oh, okay, we're going with Doom, or we're going with this. Like, cool.
Yeah.
I'm game. I don't care."
Honestly, as a Fantastic Four fan, there's a small part of me that's hoping that like there's a Council of Reeds in the Fantastic Four movie, and you get every fucking
Ian would be there, and
Yeah.
Krasinski. Yeah, that'd be dope.
bingo. Like you
Like
get every rumored person who was like allegedly playing Reed and have them as a different Reed. No, not Tom Cruise. Like Penn Badgley, fucking Adam Driver, John Krasinski's even there before he dies in fucking Multiverse of Madness. Like seriously, get all of these people who were allegedly going to be Reed Richards, and then Ion Gruffin too, just as like a fun nod.
Yes,
And like here's an
He's
even better
my
one.
favorite.
Here's an even better one. Get Miles Teller in there as Ultimate Reed Richards, who becomes Evil the Maker. He's the one who goes off the fucking rails and fucking turns evil. That shit would be fucking hilarious.
Well, we know that the Fantastic Four is supposed to be a period piece based on the image that they
Allegedly,
released.
yeah. It's supposed to be a 60s.
So it might be a case of they go to, I forgot what the place is called. Where they go to the other dimension.
Damn, throwing shade.
Negative zone.
Negative zone, and then when they come out of it, like the whole movie takes place there, and then when they come out of it, it's like current MCU
Modern
time.
day.
They're like, what the fuck, So I think that's a safe. Well, I don't know. I would say I think that's a safe way to go to kind of bring them into the fold, into current day, because it's
The
like
funny
where
thing
have
is
they
like-
been for the past 60 years?
If they do that, that'll be the third time they've had a hero like in a different time period, but then come out, but they're recognized as quote like the first hero.
Fucking Captain Marvel.
Because they've got
I hated
fucking
that shit.
Captain America, Captain Marvel, and now the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel was the most like okay. I didn't mind Captain America, just being fucking frozen in ice. That's fine.
Well,
But
that
Captain
tracks.
Marvel, like,
Oh,
well, you had the Avengers, so it wasn't needed or some bullshit. And I was like, shut the fuck up, get the hell out of here. You're so dumb.
You hate women, we know.
No, I don't. But I like that you listen. You listen to me. It's making
Sometimes,
me
not all the
feel good.
time. Actually, not all the time. A lot.
All the time, number one.
No.
I'm like I'm like Jiminy Cricket. I'm like your conscience.
Team Ray Skywalker. That's where I'm at.
Oh God, get out of here! You're contrarian.
there's,
You're such a contrarian.
Look in the mirror, dickhead.
I keep it 100. I keep it 100.
We
There's,
keep it 100. Come on, man.
Cap, no cap.
There's another report that says that like some of the members of the Thunderbolts are going to die in the movie, which
No
if
shit.
you ask me, it's going to be all the like
No shit.
I tweeted this out earlier. I was like, well, if the MCU continues to go the way they had been going, then all three male characters will die. And all the female characters will live. You know what I mean? Who knows? but I could see Romanoff's dad or
Red
adopted
Guardian.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna die for sure. Bucky, he
a
will not.
maybe.
No.
That's a maybe.
U.S. agent, probably not either. 'Cause I
Probably
think he'll be
not,
more of
no.
a recurring character for.
If he
Captain
died,
America.
that would be the biggest like fucking like whoa in the MCU, because like they literally set him up to be like, the evil Captain America, or like the the rogue Captain America, or
Yeah.
like the dark Captain America, whatever way you want to spin it. And if you kill him in that movie, I'd be like, oh, that took balls. Good on you.
The only thing that I would think that would lead him to dying is the fact that Sebastian Stan has been playing this character for how long, and he's getting older. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore, and so they kill him off. But then
Sure.
I think they bring him back as Luke Skywalker in the Star
I
Wars. I could
think
dream,
that ship
right?
is-
I could dream.
I think that ship is sailing.
No, it has not sailed, dude. If you're making a movie,
Heir to the Empire.
Heir of the Empire, you have to have
Who do
the
you
big
get
three.
as Han Solo then? Who do you get as Han Solo?
Alden Ehrenreich,
you look at
obviously.
him. Look
Yeah.
at who? No, you don't. God, their ages are completely off.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does. It does to me because I'm a Star Wars fan. But no, you have to have somebody older than Sebastian, or at least look older than Sebastian to play him. You cannot have Alden Ehrenreich.
So
come
then
back
who the
as-
fuck do you get to play Princess Leia?
okay, not a great choice, but I'd grab fucking Jennifer Aniston to be like, okay, you look.
That's
like
the
her.
worst choice, dude.
Bro.
That's the worst choice.
She's like older than Sebastian Stan and Alden
Yeah.
Ehrenreich.
old. I know she's old.
That would
I
not
know.
make any fucking sense.
That
But
wouldn't make
fucking,
any
but no, but
sense.
Carrie Fisher couldn't fucking move, and they had to fucking wheel her around in a fucking cart.
There he is. There's your Han
No,
Solo.
God.
That's your Han Solo, dude.
Bro, that's Han Solo. Come on.
Han Solo. That's canon.
Han Solo.
Get out of here. Get
That's
the
straight
fuck out.
canon.
And he was great in Oppenheimer. He was
He's
fantastic.
better.
was.
Yeah, of course he's better. He was better in that other movie with fucking the one that came out before that. Was it a musical?
Oh, he's also great in Cocaine Bear too.
He was in Cocaine Bear.
Mega bad take, Ryan. Yeah. Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, maybe like fucking 20 years ago. I mean, come on, man.
Right.
Or just have that fucking lady that played her in Rogue One.
Okay, we're gonna do it. No, that was a person with a deep fake over her face. No,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, deep
I'm
fakes.
not gonna do that.
Dude, deep
That's
fakes.
ridiculous.
Let's go.
Dude. That's ridiculous.
Oh, you know who I would get? The other guy. The other guy that they passed up that he played.
Oh,
the
yeah.
young.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I would get him. Fuck yeah, let's go. I don't know his name, but he was.
He did a really good impression of.
Gonna be a no for me,
Yeah, he
Steve.
did.
Hold on,
And,
let me
and
see
he
what
just
his
needs to make it for one damn movie. It's not like they're gonna okay, we're gonna do a Han Solo, Luke Skywalker team up series. They're gonna do that shit.
Well, they're already doing a Lando movie. Or is it a
Yeah,
TV
but
show? I
that's
can't
easy.
remember anymore. They go back
Yeah.
and forth on whatever it is going to be. It's like Brody and Armor Wars. They can't figure out if they want to make it a movie or a TV show.
I know. It's like, come on, figure it out, people.
Just make it with Prowler. And
Here,
let's
here
be
is
done with it.
here is a fan casting list that somebody made when it comes to Princess Leia. So let's take a look at that.
Oh,
Hold on.
look at you.
Let's see.
Let me see. Here, let me
What do you
blow it
got?
up.
Oh, not her daughter. Come on.
I mean, Billy Lord's the obvious choice. That's the obvious, easy, safe choice.
She looks
is
nothing like her
Billy Lord.
mom.
This thing won't go away, will it? No, it won't go away. Okay. So yeah, that's Billy Lord. Emma Watson.
No, that would be your choice.
Supergirl. Look at that.
Yeah. No.
Sarah's, I say her name, but
Sarah Ronan?
she'd be good.
So that one right there.
Millie Bobby Brown. She looks a lot like her.
Florence Pugh looks like her.
Florence Pugh's a hard no for me. I'm sorry. I love Florence
No,
Pugh, I do,
no
but not as
Florence
Princess Leia. Jenna Coleman.
I think Millie Bobby Brown could pull it off.
I wouldn't-
she's
you know
kinda
what?
Young.
Jenna Coleman was fucking Mommy Constantine in a Sandman, so I actually wouldn't mind that.
Not
Millie-
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Angelina Jolie. No
No.
way.
Not Anna de Armas either. No.
No, and
No, her eyes are too big. And it's
Angelina
Uh,
Jolie, really?
I know.
What the fuck?
A
That's
vote
dumb.
yes. Vote no.
Oh,
Ah,
God.
shit.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
You gotta- you gotta
create
make
a
it
free
count,
account.
What else is there? Oh God, she's a child.
The child one?
The
Elizabeth
girl that
Olsen.
played her young.
Really?
What about Elizabeth Olsen?
No.
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 Mary
Elizabeth
Elizabeth
Win-
Winstead.
No, she's already
No.
Hera.
What,
so no.
what about this Katja Herbers? She looks.
Nah.
No.
She looks fine. She looks like her.
Who else we got?
Oh my God, not Gyllenhaal. Bleh.
No.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No.
Jessica Belkin.
No, none
Allison
of those
Stoner,
look like her
no.
at all.
I think for me, the best one, probably Millie Bobby Brown. Because look at this. Here, I'll show you.
I'm
this,
leaning
too.
towards Jenna Coleman personally, but I can understand Millie Bobby Brown.
Let me see if I
I'm
can
cool
find
with
it.
Millie, but I still like Florence.
That's fair.
This is Millie Bobby Brown AI'd into Princess
Princess
Leia.
Leia.
Hold on. I found this the other day, and I was like, oh shit,
Oh wow, you're disgusting.
I'm disgusting. Let me see. Oh, that's just an alien in that picture.
Oh,
I'm
she
trying to, I'm
looks
trying
like
to find a
that
really
other
good
girl.
one. I'm trying to find a really good one where it's like, okay, I can see it. God, these are all really bad.
Of course they are.
I'll just share the tab. Okay.
There you go. Oh wow.
So like here's one right here. She
Way
has
too
the
young.
look.
Way too young. She could play a young Leia.
Well, yeah, I mean she's older now. I mean, it'd be more
No,
like,
she's not as old as fucking Sebastian. I'm talking about Sebastian Stan. Who could play his fucking twin? That's his fucking daughter. Get the
Jenna
fuck out of here
Coleman.
with that shit.
She's
Jenna
just holding
Coleman.
a fucking boy.
I'm going with Jenna Coleman. I think Jenna Coleman could knock it out of the park as Princess Leia, personally.
She was one from Constantine.
She was Joanna Constantine in Sandman.
Okay, let me see. What's her name?
Jenna
Coleman?
Coleman.
Yeah, hurry up, Andre. Damn it.
Yeah, she's great. She's a fantastic actress, Jenna
I want
Coleman.
to see an AI version of this.
Yeah.
That'd be my choice right there. Is
Let's see.
Jenna
I
Coleman.
don't see it.
You don't see it?
Well, they don't have one. No one's made
Oh,
one
no,
yet.
just get a picture of her. I just want to see what she looks like. What is he talking about?
Let me erase that part.
Saw Sandman like what 2 years ago now.
Last year, I believe. It was either the year that 2022 or 2023 is when it debuted. I don't remember when exactly.
What is this under? Image search. Jenna Coleman. There it is. Okay, that's her right there.
Yarp.
No. She looks like Emma Watson and Selena Gomez, like rolled up in one.
Pissed all the way off. Just piss all the way off with that shit.
I personally
see
I don't
her
see
as,
it, but I mean, if you can portray the character and hone in on the character, I mean, no way. Look at that.
I think she's a little closer in age to
No.
Sebastian Stan.
She's
than
way
Millie
hotter.
Bobby Brown is.
she's
I think-
hot. I mean,
she's
you
gorgeous. She's
could sell it on that alone. You could be like, hey, shouldn't look like her, but this is going to be your new
Go back, go back and watch Sandman.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Go back and watch
Yeah.
Sandman, and then get back to me, okay?
I saw him in Sandman. I thought it was really
Yeah,
good.
I
Oh, here we
saw
go. Dakota Johnson,
it. Get the fuck out of here.
Billy Alcock,
No,
Natalie
I'm sorry,
Portman,
but no.
Jessica Roth.
Isn't she the girl from Happy Death Day?
I don't know.
Jessica Roth? How the fuck do you say that?
Who is this girl? I mean, she,
Yeah, that's the chick from Happy
No.
Death Day. That's a hard no, bud. Hell no. Like, she's great, but she's not Princess Leia great.
Look who's looking up. Princess Leia looking
Yep.
like.
Yep,
Let me see.
that's her daughter. Does not look anything like her.
Look, that's Jessica Roth.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't
that's
see
a hard
it.
no. I'm sorry.
That's a hard pass.
That's a hard no. I'm sorry,
see
Dad.
anything.
I'm sorry, dude.
She's
Anybody?
cute, but I mean, I don't.
She's not Princess Leia cute. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, she's not Princess Leia cute. What'd you find, Ryan? On our Princess
Still looking.
Leia,
Still looking.
Jennifer
The,
Holland.
Oh, Droga.
the hunt continues.
No.
Oh look! Yep, there it is.
Let's go! In
Let's
Dawson's
Put her next to Sebastian Stan.
voice.
I'm your sister. You're too young.
Now they're all
Palpat-
two of them.
Palpatine is somehow back,
Palpatine's returned.
and he has a daughter and a granddaughter.
Adult. Adult.
Adult.
Technically, Palpatine's granddaughter came from his son. Okay, let's get our canon straight here. I know you don't care about it, but it's
I
facts
do
are
not care
facts.
about that dumbass
Facts are facts.
explanation.
Facts are facts. I'm sorry that hurt your feelings.
Dumbass explanation. Horrible shit. Poor writing. Nobody.
We have this breaking news here that Daisy Ridley-led Star Wars film will reportedly be titled Star Wars.
New beginning. There,
Episode X.
So bad.
A
This has
new
actually been debunked.
beginning.
It's actually been debunked.
Is that
Well, it
cosmic
should be
book
debunked. You
news?
want to know why? Because this is
Debunked.
from fucking Cosmic Circus, and they're full of bullshit.
Yeah, it's been debunked already. I saw it already get debunked earlier today, so I found that hilarious.
I know.
It's so
Like
dumb.
so
The
when I saw
working
this,
the working title is still allegedly New Jedi Order, which makes sense. But
right?
you know, we'll see what the movie actually ends up being called. We'll see.
So dumb. So dumb.
It's so dumb.
We get it. You hate her. We know.
So dumb.
Let's see.
She actually was better in that movie where she was on a train with what's his name?
Oh, is that
with I think
Murder on the Orient Express?
yes.
Yes.
She was better in that movie.
I don't think I've seen her in anything else outside of the Star Wars movies. Come to think of it,
I can't think of any
I
other
might
movie
have
I've
seen
seen her
that.
Who?
I might
Daisy
have
Ridley?
seen that.
in.
Yeah.
And Daisy Ridley.
I saw the one with her and Tom Holland. It was a terrible movie.
Oh, the Chaos movie or whatever the fuck it was called.
I
Yeah.
could see your thoughts. It was just like, this is dumb.
Can you see my family name?
I was like, this is fucking so stupid. I couldn't believe I watched the whole movie too. I
Hey,
was
you
like,
know what?
man,
Some
this is
people take
dumb.
roles for a paycheck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's what that was.
Ah.
Well, guys, I guess that's where we're gonna leave it for now. We've reached the 2-hour mark, and
That
we've
we
run
have.
out of topics. So we're looking for Carrie Fisher lookalikes.
Yeah.
I mean,
start looking
That's
for
kind of
Carrie
where
Fisher
that's the
lookalikes.
rabbit hole
I'm
we've
sure-
gone.
I'm sure if Dawson was here, he'd probably talk about the Avatar TV show, but since he's not, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not. gonna talk about that.
Yeah, because I started.
I couldn't
watching
believe he
show,
put the
I had to
crow
stop.
on the fucking thumbnail. I was
I
like,
know.
whoa.
I was like, what are we doing
Let's-
here?
I was
But you know
like,
what
there's
though?
nothing to say about it, other than
Like
I'm
at
not-
one point, I think we had like 22 or 24 people in here, so it actually works. Everyone saw it. I was like, the fuck are they saying?
They're like,
about
oh, I want to see that crow with the Edgar haircut.
that? Jared Leto's he back?
Jared Leto's back as the Joker confirmed.
Yeah,
He
there
said
it
it's been debunked twice.
Of course it has.
Episodes are done anyways. Yeah, because if
I
you do
don't buy that.
episodes, if you do it, well, here's the thing: if you do episodes, then you're still connected to George's story. If you just do standalone movies, then you can do whatever you want.
You can do
I wouldn't
whatever
even
you
say
want.
that they're connected to George's story. I just think that people identify the episodic nature of Star Wars with Star Wars, not even so
There
much
we go.
George
They should
Lucas.
bring Brie Larson to Star Wars.
Yeah, she'll be
will
Princess
save Star
Leia.
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah. Piss Ryan off even more. Let's just do that.
Brie Larson will save Star Wars.
She'll save it single-handedly.
I did see that Angela Bassett apparently met with Lucasfilm about a role in the Star Wars project.
And that doesn't surprise me either because I mean she's a good
Yeah.
actor, so
Oh,
I mean I could see her
100%.
having like a role in like the whatever the fuck the Republic's called now, the new
she
Republic.
just- after getting
New
it,
Republic.
after getting an Oscar in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, she pretty much has Hollywood in the palm of her hand. She can get any fucking role she wants now. It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter.
And but not only that though, I mean like they can easily bring her in and just have her be like an alien character with like CGI.
Oh,
all
dude,
over her
I could
face.
see her being like some kind of lost long Sith character or something, like some other evil entity. Like, what if she wanted to be a villain in a Star Wars movie? I'd be down for that. That'd be cool. But I don't know.
To end the show, I just wanted to play this clip because I think it's so fucking funny.
Oh God.
Here it is right here.
Oh, God.
So you played it after you filmed it, or
I tried to play it. I can't play it.
okay?
What game?
Exactly
What game
funny.
is this?
It's called The Last of Us.
Is
and
it
they
out now?
adapted it into
Oh, I
yeah.
gotta
A few years
check
ago,
it out.
yeah.
Because I got sucked into a video.
Which
game,
one?
You know, Tron.
So you played it after you.
That was actually pretty
I like
good.
how he's having a
Hilarious.
straight face. Tron. Like,
That's top tier Jeff Bridges comedy right there.
That's awesome.
I like how
That's
they
funny.
all walked into it, dude. Like none of
Yeah.
them saw it coming. You know,
We're like,
Yeah.
Filmed it, or
I tried to play it. I can't play it.
okay?
What game? What game?
He
is
knew it
this?
already.
The
It's
Last
fine.
of Us.
Is
and
it
they
out now?
adapted it into
oh, I
yeah.
gotta
A few years
check
ago,
it out.
yeah.
Because I got sucked into a video.
Which
game,
one?
You know, Tron.
So you played it after.
You just God.
I want to see everyone else's reaction to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Andre just really fucking foobarred that one, but
No,
thanks,
that-
Andre, for
that-
I'm not the one who figured that out. You idiot.
That clip has been making the rounds, and I'm just like, I want to see the full fucking interview. I want to see how everyone else reacts to that. That shit is class.
They walked right and it was fucking joke and didn't see it coming. They're like,
man.
oh,
Yeah,
It
100%.
was
Tron. Because then he'd be like,
got
oh,
sucked into
Tomb
it.
Raider.
The fucking perfect setup from Pedro. He's like, yeah, I tried playing The Last of Us after, actually being Joel, and I just couldn't get into it. And Jeff Bridges is like, oh yeah, I got sucked into a video game once, and it's like, everyone's like, oh, did you really? And then he's just like, Tron, and of course, everyone's just probably like,
I would have
Duh.
fucking totally ruined it. I'd be like, oh, Tron, huh? He's like, fuck you. And they just left. It just would have
Jeff
left.
Bridges
Or-
probably
or-
would say, fuck you.
Or check this out. This was David
Why not?
Zaslav at the Boston University. Whatever the
goodness
fuck.
gracious.
fuck.
I couldn't be more excited to be here with all of you. It's hard to believe. We passed Kenmore Square.
Shut up, Zaslav.
Damn.
You can tell
You
he's
see
not
it.
happy.
No, he's staring at them.
People I really liked. And they were super excited.
He's like just
Something
trying to
that
ignore
I really love.
Yeah,
Maybe I like doing this kind of work. Even though I was already working 70 or 80 hours, I said to him,
hard worker.
I'd love to work with you. And I quickly fell in love.
I was more.
The fact is, some people
Again.
will be looking for a fight. The fourth,
How long is this?
or a chance to spend time with a giant in your field. Making real human connections. It's different when you're in a room with someone.
Yeah, nobody's chanting that though.
Something magic happens. And what you're not good at. And work on those things.
Now just booing him.
Create your own opportunities.
He eventually addresses them. Watch.
Yeah.
Make your
like, "Be
journey
respectful,"
as
like,
fulfilling as it can possibly be. Be respectful of other
Good
people.
thing for him to have worn those sunglasses.
The thing that has
He's
that has
trying to
probably
ignore
had
them
the
so
biggest
hard he
impact
can't
on
do
my
it.
success.
He tried so hard to ignore them, and he was just like, "God damn it!
That's funny.
Shut the
Well,
fuck up!"
you know what? What do you expect when you're in the middle of a fucking writer's strike and you go and give a giant speech like that to a university of young people? What the fuck do you expect's gonna happen?
And I'm sorry. I know I tend to bring this up a lot, but it's like, I'm sorry, but like
Yeah,
the
watch
dipshits
Project
out
Justice
there
League.
that were saying that this is the guy who was going to save the Snyderverse. This is the guy that has chosen the Snyderverse as his canon. This is the guy that's going to bring Zack Snyder back. This is the guy that's going to have a huge impact of the Snyderverse and the Ayer cut at San Diego Comic-Con, and then New York Comic-Con, and then DC Fandom. It's like, fucking shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
For real.
And people ate that shit up. This is the fucking guy they were talking about. You really believe that this motherfucker right here was going to do that?
Well, I mean, a lot of them under they're just putting hope in whoever. They were hoping Keelar, and they were hoping that
Key lime pie.
Key lime pie, and they were hoping that just anybody that they mentioned that took
of
over, like
course.
Hamada or Dan Lin. Dan Lin, he's all about the Snyderverse and
Zaslav the magician.
Zaslav the magician, right? It's good. Hey, people want hope. They want to, focus on, hey, this could happen. This could, whatever. But it's like, dude, there's got to be a point in time. And this is the only thing I have to say about it. But there has to be a point in time where you have to say, you know what, I accept what reality has given me. What we have been given is great.
For sure.
We have it on media. We can watch it whenever we want. they're not going to complete it, but hey, they're going to start again. None of us here, except for Andre, are excited really about James Gunn's universe, but hey, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens, see if it's any good, see if there's any reason to be excited or hopeful, or if it's just another flop for fucking DC, which it could very well be. I mean, how before that, dude, the only success that DC or Warner Brothers had was the Dark Knight trilogy, and that was only good for 2 movies. The third movie was shit. So I mean, it's I'm sorry, but it's not a whole lot. I mean, you had the Green Lantern that came out, which was shit. You had fucking Superman Returns, which was it was a valiant effort, but ultimately shit. So you don't have very many wins on DC, and that's why, like, whenever a lot, any of us post things about DC, is like I understand. I understand why the fandom doesn't get excited about talking about DC, because it's not really, it's sort of, you're timid about it because you're not really sure if it's going to be worth it or not. Like, why should we invest our time? Why should we invest money and attention on something that might be good for us?
Yes, Zaslav was a magician, all right. He made Batgirl disappear.
Now you see the Batgirl, and now you don't.
Same with Coyote versus Acme too.
We made her disappear into the ether.
Now it's a tax write-off. We already had the ceremonial watching of the Batgirl.
Yeah, they covered all their fucking bases to where you're not going to see that fucking movie.
How the fuck are you going to can Coyote versus Acme and not even bother watching it?
I know.
That is such a dick move. Like, you at least did the courtesy of watching Batgirl before you canned it. You can't even do that for Coyote versus Acme.
I mean, what was the last one? Back in Action? I mean, come on.
Last one was actually Space Jam 2.
Which was shit.
Yes. It was not good. It was not a good movie.
It was not good. It was.
And then this whole thing about, it's like, that's why when Joe Manganiello comes out and says how he had talks with Jim Lee about doing a graphic novel of the Deathstroke story, I think that was really cool. I'm like, I'm all for that. Yes, make it a graphic novel. Do it.
Talks about with Jim about doing an adaptation of the remaining story. But at the end of the day, dude, that's not what they want. They don't care. It's like, whatever. Even if it's Elseworlds,
I want it. I think that if they do this Deathstroke story and it takes off,
it won't.
But if it does, then I think that opens a
James Gunn already told him, let it go. Let it go.
No, he said let it go on being a live action actor for Deathstroke. Go. You're not even listening. You're just trying.
No. Joe Manganiello is now hosting a fucking show. What was he hosting? He's the fucking, what was that? Deal or No Deal. He's on fucking Deal or No Deal now.
But Manganiello said that James Gunn said that when it comes to playing the character, just let that go. Mm-hmm. In live action, he's not going to do it. But I'm saying if they made the graphic novel based on his story, I think that'd be really cool to see. I don't think it would hurt anything, and I think that would open the conversation.
But I agree with that; it would be cool. I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah. But I think that if he's already talked to Jim Lee, I think there's a chance that could happen. And then if they open the door for that to do it, like the Batman, that'd be cool. But they won't do Batman. They won't. But still, I think
I would love to see like a Henry Cavill Superman story where he fights Brainiac in comic book form. I'd love to see that personally.
Or like just the ZSJL 2, 2 and 3 in comic format in graphic novel. Right. That would be great.
They want it to die.
But here's the thing, though.
I know that.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I'm not asking, is it going to happen? I'm saying if they did it, that'd be awesome.
If you're asking me if it's going to happen,
no, I never said that. I never said you think it's going to happen. What I'm saying is that if they did it, it'd be badass. Do you agree?
I agree.
Here's the problem. They've already set themselves up for precedent for doing it just by way of doing Batman 89 and Superman 78 in comic book continuation form.
Exactly.
They have already laid that foundation to be like, oh, well, if we can't finish a fucking movie series, we can just do it in comic book form. Now that fans are asking for this, DC's kind of in a position where like, should we do it? Should we do it? Should we do it? It's like, you have no reason not to. You have a fucking black label, for crying out loud.
But they did that. They did the Batman 89 comic book run because Keaton came back for the Flash, and
so Hamada was like, we have to explain the character.
So they did that, and they were like, you know what, Superman 78.
Well, they also did it because Sam Hamm had a script.
Favorite Superman, and this is our Batman or whatever. So that's
who
why
is
they
that guy who had the Batman script? What was his name?
Oh, that guy.
Chris. What is his name?
Oh my God.
Damn it! I know who you're
Chris.
talking about.
Chris, I'm full of shit.
Wozniak.
Woz.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah.
And I love how like he went on a specific YouTube show, and it was just like, oh man, now you've really sealed your fate. Now, oh, it was so bad.
Which show did he go on? I don't recall.
No, I'm not gonna. We don't say his name around
Stay
here.
in the private chat because I don't remember which one he went on. I know he went on a show, but I don't remember. But which one was it? Hold on.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
Hey, when that happened, I was like, all right, you're done, buddy.
That's hilarious.
Nobody gives a shit.
Oh, wow.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
He would go there. He absolutely would go there. Now
Why
that you
would
mentioned
you go
that makes so
there?
much
I
sense.
had fans of my channel asking me at the time, like, hey, you should try to get him on your show. I was like, I can't take him seriously, so I don't want him on my show. I would have been like, well, don't you think you're kind of generalizing? Look, it just would have been a shit show. I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. But I mean, honestly, we actually do have some footage of when Joe Manganiello. I'm sorry, when they were talking to Zack Snyder about
I'm going to Peru.
The ZSGL sequels in comic form. This is the video of what WB had to say about it.
Oh my God, I don't care. I do not. I don't care.
That's actually true. That's they were like, yeah, no, I don't. And then when Manganiello came with his Deathstroke comic book run, they were like,
what the fuck is this?
When Zach left that meeting, is what he said.
What in the hell was that all about?
And when Joe Manganiello came out of his meeting, he was like,
no, actually, what happened was he talked to Jim Lee, right? And then Jim Lee went and talked to James Gunn, and this is what James Gunn had to say.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
This is almost accurate and then David Zaslav came in with yeah.
Saw the
And then he got booed.
And then James Gunn came back in the room and said this.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
And then Zaslav returned with,
let's kick some ice.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if David Zaslav was a fan of that movie at all.
And then Walter Hamada walked in the room and said this.
I don't want your money. I want Aquaman.
In the Last Kingdom.
Like, oh my God! Wow! Oh
my. Okay. All right. I think we're done here. I think we've made our point.
I think we were a fly on the wall with that meeting.
Just let it go, like Frozen, right?
Exactly like Frozen. So, like, you know.
That's a good trick.
Chris, come on. Don't bullshit me.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
We don't have that one on here. That's on my
it's not
show.
on this one.
Yeah.
It's on my show.
Then this is the fans' reaction.
Stop! He's already dead.
Good God. That is wow.
And so I was like,
that's what she said.
In the background, James Gunn's doing this.
John Cena.
oh shit.
You guys buy the whole like, oh, Peacemaker might be the psycho pirate of the DCU bullshit?
No.
I sure as fuck don't.
It's not.
No, that's not. Do you guys still think Jason Momoa is still attached to Lobo?
No,
I don't know.
No.
To tell you the truth, I hope so, because I want to see him as Lobo, but who knows the fuck knows?
I don't. That That.
This will be
Exactly that.
this will be Phil when he watches Superman Legacy.
And then Dawson.
And then to
Accurate.
top everything off, this is Axel Droga watching Superman Legacy.
The Techno Union Army is at your disposal, Count.
That's too perfect.
Oh man.
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
That
All
was
right,
good.
Let's
That
go around
was
the
good.
horn. Ryan, where can they find you?
You can find me hanging out at my Instagram page, and you can also check out my TeePublic
That
stuff.
was like perfectly
Yeah, no, I
timed.
have some stuff from Instagram that I just posted about my comic. I'm pretty much done with every panel.
I like your
drawing
one
it.
comment. It's the best.
And this one has no comments. And most of them have none, and that doesn't bother me. But I'm just like working on the perspective tool here. You can see all the lines and the grid, and I'm just trying to keep everything looking like it belongs there. There's another one that I used that was perspective for the buildings, and that was it's just hard to achieve, but
Are
it
you
works.
gonna color all this, or
Yeah, I have to.
I'm saying, are you
I mean,
gonna
I don't
color
have
it,
to,
or,
but I definitely
or is
will,
somebody
yeah.
else gonna color it?
No, it's just I am the only one that's going to be working on this from inception to completion.
This is the perception that Ryan has on his comic. He's just all alone.
All alone, but you know what, dude? If no one else has faith in it, I have faith in it, and that's all that matters to me.
That's all that matters. Man.
And could care less about anything else, but I'm stoked about it, and I can't wait
Jack
to share it.
shows
Yeah,
up.
Superman Legacy is going to be good. Good
I
job.
love how
Good for
Jack
you.
shows up at the end to drop that.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
But yeah, I mean, follow me on Instagram. Hit me up. Let me know what you think of the art, if you like it or not. Whatever, it's all good. I appreciate the support from everybody who has supported.
All right, Phil. Hold on, Phil. Let me get this crap off the screen. There you go. Go ahead.
Fuck you.
Get this crap off the screen. If anyone
shit
wants
stain.
to follow me on the interwebs, at pretty much everywhere except Twitter, X, whatever the hell it is, just at unfiltered.
Feels like
I don't want this stunted slime in my sight again.
That's right. That is fucking right. You're right. Absolutely. But yeah, at pretty much everywhere. Blue Sky, Vero, Instagram, Threads, mainly Threads. That's where I'm most active. Just at Unfiltered. You guys can also catch my Eternal Night podcast that I do with my buddy Craig. We had an episode last week talking about Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League and that potential Batman Beyond animated movie that was pitched to WB. We talked
we
yeah.
have to talk about that.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it next time.
We'll talk about that. We have another episode coming out later on this week, probably sometime Friday or Saturday. We're about the Deadpool Wolverine trailer. I know, a Batman show talking about a Marvel movie. How fucking weird is that, right? That's the point.
That's the best part.
That's the best part, right? Other than that, I'm kind of doing some stuff on Twitch. I want to kind of maybe do something with Pokemon because they just announced a new Pokemon game for next year, another Legends game. So I'm probably going to be doing some more stuff related to that. But yeah, outside of that, I'm just kind of active there and here every 4Nerds Wednesday if we do the show on Wednesday most of the time.
Okay. And you can find me
All right,
at
and
my
thanks
channel.
a lot, guys, for watching
Shut the
us.
fuck up.
Have a great evening, and we'll catch you next time.
Dick move. There you go.
And you
That
can
was
find me
appropriate.
on my channel on Nickatina on YouTube. And you can also follow me on Instagram and on Vero. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Where'd it go?
Peace.